Wow, what a beautiful day, California Kid Resort Junior Freeride Championship. I'm here with my great two friends, locals and also IFSA local here, one of the best girls in the IFSA crew, and Frankie, our local here from Tahoe Freeride. They will be our announcer in this such a great comp. Right now we have the Snowboard Qualifier in Guangzhou, but we are getting ready for U12 Finals. So I'm going to let you with our announcer here. They will introduce themselves and we'll be ready to kick off this great final. So the mic is all with you. Thanks Rachel, thanks Frankie for being here. IFSA, all our sponsor, it's all you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Shannon with the IFSA. We are here in Kirkwood, California for the Junior Freeride Championships, hosted by Tahoe Freeride. And today we have our U12 Finals going to happen up here on the Cirque. Huge shout out to our sponsors. We have GoPro, Helly Hansen, BCA. Again, shout out to Tahoe Freeride. And we're just pumped to be here. I'll give it to you, Frankie.
Hi, I'm Frankie. I'm with Tahoe Freeride, and we are so stoked to be here today. It is gorgeous. The weather's just right. Yesterday, it kind of did some things, and we are so excited that everything's shaping up the way it is today. We're so excited to get these kids on the hill and just see them do their thing.
And we'll be kicking off in about 30 minutes here, so stay tuned for some Freeride. And we're going to head to some ads in the meantime. Thanks.
Freeride is freedom. Instinct. It is in all of us. Getting out of our comfort zone. Taking the risks we choose to take. Fighting against our fears and the unknown. Freeride is a lifestyle, a deep connection that should never be let go. The America to Patagonia.
All my volunteers, if you guys can gather right here.
Well, I can get you up. There you go.
We want to be here, all right? That's where we get our power from.
Alrighty, hello everyone. We are getting ready to kick off the U12 finals here at the Junior Freeride Championships, IFSA, hosted by Tahoe Freeride, here in Kirkwood, California. My name is Rachel, and I'm here with Frankie.
Hi guys, I am so excited. We're so excited to watch these kids drop. It looks like we're starting with the U12 ski boys. So they're going to drop here in a second. I want to let you know a little bit about what we're doing today. We are doing a dual panel. So we're going to start with the U12 ski boys and simultaneously run the U12 ski girls. The panel is going to go boy, girl, boy, girl. We've got 2 judged panels out here today. That's going to help us run things a little cleaner, a little quicker, make sure everyone gets the best conditions possible.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for that. So yeah, we're going to run panel A, and then after a panel A athlete goes, a panel B athlete will go. So we have 2 comps running side by side. Panel A is going to be all of our U12 ski boys. Panel B is going to start with U12 ski girls. Then after they finish, go to U12 snowboard girls, and then panel B will wrap up with our U12 snowboard boys.
Yeah, and that will simultaneously happen while we are only running U12 ski boys. It is crazy how many insane U12 ski boys we have in this competition. We have obviously a lot of crazy competitors and athletes. It blows my mind to see these guys do what they do at the age that they are. It's so fun.
It's so awesome. Honestly, the level of riding right now that we're seeing out of these junior athletes is wild. They really are the future of freeride. It's so cool to see them push themselves, and the level of skiing and riding, it's been super awesome. And as we get started here, I'm going to talk about some of the categories that they are being judged on. So athletes are judged off of their line score. That is the path they choose down the mountain. They gain points as they hit features, go over exposure, get airs, and the other categories are based off of their line. These other 4 categories are their control, technique, fluidity, and style. So the judges are looking for really strong technical skiing. They want to see skiers in the front of their boots. They want to see riders looking really stable on their board. But then they're getting style points, with 360s, with grabs. It really is this beautiful combination of strong riding and this little freestyle element. So it's a awesome system we have here. Freeride is such a cool sport, and we're just getting excited for things to kick off.
Yeah, we are super stoked. It's so cool to see how the judges kind of score these kids and what they're looking for. It's so cool to see these kids with so much control and just so aware of themselves on their board, on their skis. They're crushing it out here. We love to watch it.
And we have quite the start list coming to you today. We have athletes from all over the U.S. coming for local here from Tahoe, as well as far as Vermont and Alaska. And then we also have some South American athletes coming all the way from Chile. So it's really awesome to see this whole community come together across multiple countries, continents. And that is just one of the things that makes freeride so awesome, is this beautiful community that we have.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of checking these kids in, and it's just so great to see all of them come up. They're all so excited. They're all so happy to be here. They just love what they're doing, and I love to see it. I love to see all the little guys come in. They've all got their kits decked out. They've got sparkles on their face. They've got huge smiles. So you're excited to watch them, and they're even more excited to be up there.
It's so fun. It's something that, again, makes this community so special, and really cool to see the way the IFSA has grown as well. IFSA started in 1996 by Shane McConkey, and here we are in 2025. We currently have over 1,000 registered IFSA coaches. They're out there coaching these juniors, helping them make smart decisions, helping them push the sport, and just really enjoy their time in freeride. And it's just so awesome to see the community grow and the way it has just really evolved into something super special. So feel free to, check out the IFSA website, see how you can get involved as a coach, as a judge, just as a supportive community member. We really just want to keep the community growing and keep that vibe alive.
Exactly. Same with Freeride. We've been running since 2007, and it's this company thrives off of the back of the volunteers, of the parents, of the coaches, of the people that are just showing up for the sport that they love, and we love to have you.
We are so thankful for our volunteers and all the people that made this event happen this week. Yesterday, the weather was not as in our favor, so just shout out to all the parents and supporters that were here kind of braving the little bit of precipitation we got at the end of the day. Yesterday, we ran our qualifiers for all U12s as well as our snowboard U15 men and women. And then this morning, we ran qualifiers for U19, and finals for the rest of our snowboarders will be tomorrow. But today, we have our U12 up on the circuit, getting ready to drop in, getting pumped to be here, and the crowd is looking awesome. They're stoked to be out here in this California sunshine.
I am stoked to be out here in this California sunshine after we had the day that we had yesterday. My gloves are still wet. I'm so happy that everyone's out here. I see some people in t-shirts. I see people just having the best time ever. We've got a little park set up down below in the crowd, so all the kids get to kind of hang out and play, and it's just great vibes here.
It is great vibes, and I want to give another shout out to our sponsors. We really couldn't make this happen without them, so huge shout out to GoPro, Helly Hansen, BCA, again, Tahoe Freeride, and these are the brands that are really supporting Freeride. So, you know, as you're getting ready for some new gear, really consider these brands that help us run these events, help get those freeriders out there, and really support our community. What's our start time? Yeah. All right, and we are going to get started just momentarily here, but in the meantime, we're going to cut to some ads. Thanks for watching.
Freeride is freedom. Instinct. It is in all of us. Getting out of ourselves to the limit, taking the risks we choose to take, fighting against our fears. Freeride is a lifestyle, a deep connection that should never be let go. Reaching from Alaska to Patagonia.
All right, welcome back. We had a quick cutout in our live stream, so thank you for hanging tight and for your patience. Right now we have our forerunner on course. The forerunner is a non-competitive athlete that is skiing the venue just to show the judges kind of what the venue is going to look like as it's skied, just give the judges a little bit of an advanced idea of what's going to happen once these athletes drop in.
Yeah, he's going to show them kind of what their visuals are with the best places that they should be positioned, how the kids are going to look when they go around this terrain and kind of these obstacles. Just set everyone up for an easy, smooth, good competition.
Yes, and then again, we're going to run a dual panel, so we're going to have two competitions happening simultaneously. Panel A will be all of our U12 ski boys, and then after an athlete drops from Panel A, we'll switch to Panel B, which will start with our U12 ski girls. This maximizes our time and efficiency to let as many athletes into this event as we can, but just so you know why the boys and girls are going to be dropping one after another is this dual panel system. It's a super awesome system. We're stoked to have it. Shout out to all of our judges that will be judging our athletes on 5 categories: line, control, technique, fluidity, and style. And we have our second forerunner dropping in here now. We have a snowboarder on course for our forerunner. And he's just making some turns.
I'm pretty sure that this is Sawyer, I want to say. I'm pretty sure he was going to be dropping in. He's a local rider. I might be wrong, but this is his local mountain, and he just loves it out here. He's having such a fun time with this. It's such a cool opportunity to get these kids on this hill.
It's always so fun to see our local people come out too and really support Freeride and Tahoe Freeride, and it's just awesome. The vibes here in Tahoe are awesome.
It's great to see these kids in their natural environment, see how comfortable they are with this big terrain, in these crazy chutes, off these rocks. It's just, they really have owned in on this whole mountain, and it's so cool to see.
It is, and even our athletes that aren't local, that are coming in, like we said, from near and far, all the way down from South America, they just look so confident on this big, steep terrain. And it's just so impressive to see these, younger athletes, U12. These athletes are under 12 years old, just absolutely stomp the cirque and look so confident doing it and just look like they're having a lot of fun, which is really what this is all about.
It is, and it's so cool. I mean, I don't know about you, but I had to ride down to get here, and it's sunny out, but it's not forgiving conditions. It's kind of rough out there, and to see these kids make it look so easy. I mean, I was riding down, getting bucked around, sliding out, and this guy, he's just so in control.
So in control. And yeah, I took a run down the venue this morning as well, and it was firm this morning. It was not easy. I'm hoping that as the sun comes in today, it's going to soften it up for a little for the riders. But that's also going to change throughout the days. It's going to get even soupier, and it's going to be, even heavier snow to move around. So the way that these athletes really prepare for the conditions as they change throughout the day is just another element that makes it so impressive to watch these juniors.
It is, and it's so technical because none of these kids are riding the same snow. Not one single kid in this event. We obviously want to keep it fair. We want to keep it consistent. We want them to all be in the same element, but the snow changes so quick. So there's such little technical details into everything that they're doing and how the conditions are and how they manage that. So fun to watch.
And that's also a tactic we use as coaches, is having an A line and a B line. So, you inspect your plan A, having something that you really want to do, but then throughout the day, if conditions change, if landings get bomb holes or things, aren't looking like they were this morning, then a great tactic that coaches often use is to switch to a plan B. So, they're really thinking everything through, how to keep these athletes safe, how to make it fun and enjoyable, and just really, prepare for the outside sport that we all signed up for.
Yeah. And it is, honestly, if you are choosing this sport, if this is what you're choosing, this is such a crazy, humbling sport to be a part of. It's so fun to see all these kids do what they do in these conditions, in these insane conditions.
It's just great. And that looks like our forerunner down at the bottom. So we should be getting ready to go here with our first athlete from Panel A. It's going to be a mammoth athlete. I see him at the top there with Coach Patrick getting ready to go. Looks like they might be doing some deep breathing and just getting ready. Hey, could we get a radio to hear them drop? Like what athlete and what bib? Or even if I can just hear it through the headset, but yeah, I want to hear the starter dropping athletes. And our first athlete for Panel A is going to be Clay Willett out of Mammoth, so local to California. Mammoth's about 3 hours south here of Tahoe. I actually used to coach for the team. It's an awesome team. Really fun time. And yeah, it looks like Clay is getting ready to hold it down for the Mammoth team up top at the cirque. First athlete to drop in. Yeah, and then that works. Just so make sure we can kind of stay on top of it. Thank you.
Clay is in the gate, as they say. So he's going to be dropping anytime now. And we're going to get to see where he goes and what he does. It's so fun.
All right, and we have Clay Willett on course, U12 ski boy dropping in, making it look easy. Look at these turns. He's clearly been working all season on his free riding and just making it look so easy. He looks so comfortable and just looks like he's having fun.
He really does. He's going to head into the chute right now. He's carving so cleanly, so smoothly.
And just navigating that steep terrain, and he's down, just but bounces right back up. Nothing
Right
for
back
Clay.
up.
Just a little wobble there. Oh, nice, and straight to the air, just showing that athletic ability from these athletes, the way they're able to just really keep it rolling, and just, it's so impressive to see that athletic ability out of these young skiers.
Showing that awesome mindset, too, just down and almost immediately into the air, not a second thought about it. He knows what he's doing, and like I said, the conditions, they're questionable. A slide out's bound to happen.
But he's just making it look so easy.
He recovered so beautifully.
Really
Look at
strong
him heading for
technique.
this drop.
Straight to bolts.
Absolutely nailed it.
Absolutely stomped. Clay is just crushing the venue, making it look easy. And again, the conditions today are not easy. As he comes into this lower section of the venue here, I'm sure he's going to pop out of these trees here in a second. We don't quite know where he's going to go, but we know he has a plan for his line. So let's keep our eyes on the screen as we wait for Clay. I think I see him. Looker's right. I saw some movement coming out of the trees. There he is, right on the screen. We have eyes on Clay coming out kind of towards the handrail section. Let's see what he has for us right here at the cirque towards the bottom here of the venue. It is steep, it is long, but these are athletes through and through. Here, oh, nice little style points there. He's grabbing those points. He's putting them in the bag. He's showing it off for the judges, and he just looks like he's having fun as he comes down into the finish corral here. That is some awesome riding from Clay Willett out of Mammoth Mountain Ski and Snowboard Team. All right, and then eyes back up top. We have Bib 22 from Mad River Glen, Vermont. We have Quinn Killian crushing her run. These Vermont skiers are no stranger to tough conditions. And she is on course. And so now we just started our first athlete for Panel B. So this is a second set of judges, different from Panel A, that are going to be judging all of the athletes in Panel B to keep it consistent for each Division II. And here comes Quinn. She is just skiing through the chute here, making it look easy. Vermont skier, East Coast through and through. I don't know if you've ever skied in Vermont, Frankie, but the conditions can be not always super forgiving. So these athletes are really trained for some, not always forgiving snow.
Yeah, I've never been to Vermont, but I've definitely heard some stories, and it's awesome to see that translate into this snow. She's definitely prepared for whatever Mother Nature is going to throw at her.
Awesome. And I actually used to coach for the Mad River team, and they're just such an awesome community of people. Like, they really just love skiing, and it's just so awesome to see the team out here representing the East Coast. Oh, nice little air from Quinn.
Stomped it.
Just absolutely awesome. Building up that line score every time she leaves the ground, and especially over exposure, just kind of boosting those line score points and just putting them in her bag. And it looks like we have eyes on her towards the bottom of the screen here on the left side. She's going to be popping out of those trees in just a second here.
I have noticed that there's a pipeline between Vermont and California, and it is just such a fun community of people. So kind, so loving for this sport.
And that's the Freeride family. Is just, you really can make friends wherever you go at these events, and just a really great community of people to have. And it looks like we're keeping eyes out for Quinn here on our live stream, but the crowd is going wild outside, so she must be jumping. She must be doing some awesome stuff. And yeah, Mad River riders, they are definitely built tough, that's for sure. Born from ice, as they say.
Oh,
and here
yeah.
comes Quinn to the finish corral. She looks stoked. Awesome run from Quinn out here.
She's coming in. She looks confident. She's hot. She's got it going.
And she's heading to her friends here down at the bottom, all getting big hugs from the team. We love to see the community of these athletes just really vibing out, supporting each other. It's so beautiful to see.
Yeah, you see them all piled up at the bottom, just welcoming her with open arms. So stoked to watch their friend just absolutely kill it.
Absolutely crush it. And then all eyes back up top for our second athlete in Panel A. Coming to you out of, I'm going to say Sugar Bowl, coming to you from Sugar Bowl, so a Tahoe local. This is Charlie Beck. And he's getting ready to drop in here, stomping it out, getting those feet in those boots, taking some deep breaths, getting some hype from his coach up there at Sugar Bowl. Again, Tahoe local. Sugar Bowl's a little north of us here, and he's dropping in. Charlie's on course. Dropping into dead tree chutes over here. Charlie's making it look easy.
Charlie is looking confident. Sugar Bowl's such an awesome mountain out here. It's on the north side of the lake. So fun, kind of small, but the terrain is just beautiful, unmatched.
Sugar Bowl's a really fun resort. I've gotten to ski there a couple times, got to coach out there for some of the IFSA events, and just really awesome terrain. Really cool little neck of the woods up in Tahoe there. And there we have eyes on Charlie. Looks like he's dropping into the chute. Totally confident, making it look easy, staying nice and controlled, which again is one of those categories judges are looking for, is control. They want to see safe, responsible riding.
And that is one of the main reasons that they have control as a category, so that these kids know that their first priority is safety.
A little bobble from Charlie, but he is straight back on his feet. Again, such awesome athletic ability from these athletes, making it look easy, bouncing back up so fast. And he's heading over something. He's hungry. He's looking for it. He knows where he's going. Charlie is ready to get some nice points here. Going through this techie section, nice, smooth exit out of that techie tree section. That is not easy to navigate. And here he comes, nice little pop over that wind lip there. Looks like he's headed towards Skateboard Alley, which is another section of the cirque up here. He's coming in, he's keeping it strong. Nice and controlled skiing from Charlie Beck out of Sugar Bowl, Tahoe. And then we're going to lose him behind the trees here for a second, but we are going to keep posted for some movement as he's going to come out here any second and make his way towards, it looks like, the handrail section of the venue here at the cirque. All right, we're keeping an eye out for Charlie here. He knows where he's going. He's keeping the crowd on his toes. Where will he go? What will his line be? But athletes get to inspect the course beforehand, so there's no airs. They don't get to jump. They don't get to practice, but they get to feel the snow under their feet, kind of feel what the conditions are like, go up to their features, check them out, make sure they feel good and safe about it, and then really put their line together, like construct how they're going to go from A to B and make it look good. So that is what athletes get before their run, is an on-snow inspection, as we call it, and then they just get one run to go from top to bottom and make it look as good as they can. And it really does come down to, like, a 2-minute run. It's a lot of prep to do for one run, but these athletes are awesome at it. They train all year for it. They're ready. They know what to do.
It is a lot of prep, and it is these kids and their coaches, they know exactly what line they're picking. They know exactly where they're going. He has no question in his mind of what his next move is right now.
And here he comes into the finish corral. He looks stoked. His arms are out. He's pumped. It's just awesome to see these riders come out with big smiles on their face. And then back up to the top, we have Daisy Mercano out of Solitude. And she's coming in. She's dropping in fast. Look at the speed out of this young U12 skier.
Daisy is showing no fear right now, no brakes.
She is cooking. Even though speed is not something they are judged on, speed does fall into this fluidity category that judges are looking for. So, if an athlete's really cooking, making it look fast and smooth and fluid, they will be rewarded in that fluidity category.
It looks like she's coming up around the saddle, hitting.
Oh, wow. Nice little bopping around for Daisy. Again, U12 skier. These athletes are under 12 years old. It's wild to see this level of riding. The ski females especially are just really picking up the pace and really pushing the sport in a new direction for freeride.
They really are, and it is so cool to see these kids improve and just the standard of this sport just skyrocket with how these kids are showing up and showing out. I mean, I tripped tying my shoes this morning.
I know, and she's probably 11 years old or younger and just absolutely crushing this venue right now, making it look so easy. She's coming up to a feature here. Let's see what Daisy has for us. Awesome air. Looks like she absolutely stomped that. Bolts landing, stomp. Daisy is just absolutely crushing this run right now. We're keeping an eye out for her as she's kind of hidden behind some features right now. but we're looking at the handrail section of the venue, and she's lookers left right now on snow. She's still crushing. Beautiful technique from Daisy. You can see she's really leaning into the front of those boots, really driving that ski, nice and controlled. She's got something else for here. What does she have for us? Oh, nice air. She's just so strong in her landings. Spread eagle. She is just stacking these tricks up. Look at Daisy. She is hungry for it. She wants to see it.
Daisy
and
is
the crowd
leaving
wants to see it too.
Nothing on her plate right now. She is absolutely eating up everything.
And we are back up top, back to panel A. We have Finn Shea out of Wasatch coming to you from Utah. And they're just pumping through these athletes. Panel A, panel B. We are panel A right now. Finn Shea out of Wasatch. He is also fast. I cannot believe the speed out of these young riders. I'm going to need to see some birth certificates. I'm not convinced these kids are under 12 years old. This is just absolutely wild skiing from these categories right now. Looks like he's coming into this Hell's Delight section up here at the Cirque. Getting a little tripped up, but not going to phase Finn as he is back on the move. Just absolutely cruising. And here he comes out of the trees, keeping an eye out for Finn here.
It's always so crazy when they disappear behind those tree lines and the suspense that these kids build. Where are they going to go? What's your move?
Yeah, we are on our toes for sure. Keeping an eye out for what these athletes have, and Finn is just crushing these turns. He's in the front of those boots. He's showing off technique. He is just making it look smooth and easy and fun. He's eyeing something up. He's coming in. What does he have for us? Let's see it, Finn. Nice air with the spread eagle off the rock. He knew where he was going. Looked like he absolutely stomped that just by the speed he came out with that. Again, kind of hard to see behind the trees sometimes, but that is just the nature of being in natural terrain, and that is what freeride is. And we're looking at the handrail section of the venue right now, waiting for Finn to pop out. Finn Shea out of Wasatch, Utah. Here he comes, making his way through the trees. This huge venue, and they just know exactly where they're going. They have that map laid out in their head because these athletes have done this before. They are prepped to be here at the Junior Freeride Championships. Here he comes through this chute. What does he have for us here? Oh, wow. That was a tight, techie section with a mandatory air there, and he just made that look so smooth.
He really just looks like he's riding a bike through the park right now.
He's just playing at the playground right now. There is Finn Shea at a Wasatch Freestyle team in Utah. Oh no, but he needs to make it through the finish corral in order to get points, and looks like he looped it back around knowing that he has to exit through that corral in order to make points. So I think he was just so excited. He saw the bottom. He was fired up, but awesome quick thinking out of Finn Shea here, knowing that he had to make it through that corral to receive his points. So
he pulled it off. He's reunited. He's stoked.
He's getting hugs from the teammates and the family. Oh, he's so happy. You can just feel the energy right now. It's awesome. And eyes back up top. We have Anwin Schaberg out of Jay Peak, Vermont. She is dropping in, another East Coaster representing the East Coast Vermont skiers. We love to see it. The speed, again, just absolutely so impressive out of Anwin right here. Jay Peak ski team. Let's see what she has in store for us. Oh, she looks hungry. She knows where she's going. She knows what she's going to bite off. She's going to show it off for the judges, show it off for her team and the spectators, but also just really do it for herself too. Crushing this middle section of the venue here, laying down some nice turns, traversing, but with a purpose. She is going somewhere. We don't know where she's going, but we know she's going somewhere cool. Making her way through these trees, techie section. She's right back there, absolutely speeding down this section of the venue. No hesitation here. Oh, with the spread eagle coming out of that section there. So awesome out of Anwin. She's ready. She's on the move. Look at her heading all the way across. Nice over some exposure there, catching those line points. Every time these athletes leave the ground over exposure, they are building their line score. Here she comes. She's behind a feature right here on our live stream, but we know she's going to pop out somewhere cool. She's got something else in store for us. I can feel it. Where is she? We are keeping eyes peeled for Anwin Schauberg. J Peak, Vermont. Oh, we got her on the handrail, I believe she's coming in. Oh, handrail is nice. Little air off there. She is just making it look so easy, so fun, so fluid, so controlled out of this skier, too. She really looks like she's in full control of her skis, her movement, and she makes her way down to the corral here at the bottom. Awesome run from our J-Peak rider here. That was our third female skier to drop out of Panel B, and we're going to head right back up for Panel A momentarily as she finishes her run here in the corral. They got the team running up to her. They're excited. They're going to give her hugs. She's pumped. Here she comes. And done with her run for finals at U12 at Junior Freeride Championships. Oh, they took her down. We love to see it. And here we go. Dropping in up top, we have Juan. Juan is actually a skier out of Chile. He skis out of La Parva, so they made their way all the way up from South America, and he is just cruising into the venue right now. Juan is ready to show them what he can do.
Juan came far, and he is stoked to be here. Him and his brother, they both traveled up from Chile. They're both competing in this event, and they're both just so excited. Look at those lines. He's clean. He's in control.
Wow, really good skiing. And I was actually chatting with him at check-in as well, and I believe he's only 9 years old.
9
years old. And he just, again, I'm going to need to see a birth certificate. I don't believe it. And unfortunately, it looks like Juan took a little bit of a tumble, but he is okay. And that's something we always want to see from our athletes is, whenever they take a little bit of a tumble, they give us a head tap, so that way we know the athlete is safe. It's a really good communication that we have in store with our athletes, so that way there's immediate communication. And back up top, we're going to get ready for our next athlete to drop. And our next Panel B athlete is going to be a rider out of Alyeska. Her name is Libby Wasson, and Alyeska is all the way up in Alaska. So again, just this huge community of riders we have from so many awesome states and just really awesome places across our freeride community.
So amazing. Let's give it up for their parents, getting them out here, getting them set up, giving them this opportunity. Because it is hard to travel with so much gear from somewhere so far. That is not an easy thing to do, and we just love to see the commitment. We love to see them showing up and showing out.
Honestly, it really is. Like, traveling with all your ski gear is not easy.
It's exhausting.
It really is. You have these heavy bags, and of course you want to be on your own equipment too. You don't want to get there and have to rent something that you're not used to. So, these athletes, they're packing their ski bags, they're booking their flights, they're getting ready to go. And it looks like we have Libby up there with her coach, getting some fist bumps, getting the energy high. And it's awesome. All these athletes have really different techniques that they like to be, at the top with. Some of them really want to be hyped up and they want the energy high. And other athletes, like to be a little bit more calm, have a little bit more of that chill vibe. And that's something that makes coaching so impressive, is really tuning into each athlete and seeing what each athlete needs at the top and how these coaches can support them before they get ready to drop in. It's not easy standing up there.
No, it is not. And these coaches know these kids so well. They know exactly how to support them in this moment, get them in the right headspace, because that is a crucial part of this sport, is being in that calm, cool headspace where you're going to be able to just stomp out your lines. You're not second guessing yourself. And these kids, they're well-rounded. This is not their first rodeo. So they are up there just getting ready, getting in the zone.
Yep, and that's actually a requirement for our U12 athletes, is they're not competing for ranking points, meaning that they all U12 athletes get the same amount of points regardless of how they placed, but they're here for the experience. They're here to be crowned the U12 champion, and then all athletes will get the same amount of points, U12 athletes, for next season. And we do this because we just want to encourage a taste of freeride at that age. We want them to experience it without getting too competitive and just really learning how to enjoy freeride as a sport before they start earning points as U15.
Exactly. We want them to also build their community. We don't want these kids going in thinking that each other kid is their enemy. We want them loving each other. We want them supporting each other up top. It's such a fun vibe when you're at the top of one of these competitions. All the kids are cheering for each other. They're rooting each other on. They're just hanging out. They're just a bunch of friends hanging out.
And that's something I love so much about freeride is I started competing as an adult, and being up there, I didn't have a team as a junior, and I'm standing up there with all these women that I'm competing against. But by the end of the day, you're just best friends with all of them. And that's so unique in a sport, I feel like, to just really have that beautiful sense of community and just be here for the love of freeride and the love of skiing. Something that, again, just makes that freeride family so awesome.
So awesome. And this is one of those sports where it's so cool to see because it doesn't feel like anyone's competing against themselves, or against each other. They're competing against themselves. They're just going with each other. They're trying to get the best run that they possibly can, and they want to see their friend do the same.
Exactly. It's something that just makes the sport so beautiful. And we've got Libby up top. She is dropping into the cirque. Here we go. Her final run here looks like she had a nice air out of the top there. Little bobble, but she's right back on her feet. Awesome athletic ability out of Libby here. She's making her way down. Awesome turns. Really good technique there from Libby. And she is heading somewhere. We don't know where she's going, but she is hungry for it. She's cruising. She's making her way. She's got her eyes on it.
She's
where will
coming
Libby
over
go?
the saddle here.
Oh my goodness, she's getting that chute. Building that line score through techie zones. Athletes can earn points not just by airing for their line score, but also going through technical zones. The judges know that those are not easy zones to ski through, and therefore they will reward technical riding in steeper, gnarlier terrain as well.
This is true. They love seeing these kids move with a purpose. They love seeing them go from obstacle to different terrains with such purpose and such confidence.
And that is exactly what Libby is doing here. She is just making her way down, really moving with the purpose and moving with that confidence, as Frankie said. She's hungry for it. She knows where she's going. This is an Alyeska rider coming to you here at Kirkwood, California on the Cirque. Finals day for U12 skiers. Oh, nice air there for Libby. That is not a small air for these U12 skiers. That is so awesome to see. Just looked like she absolutely put it to bolts. Awesome job out of Libby here. And we're waiting for her to come out in this handrail section here, keeping an eye out for her. She's, behind the trees, maybe taking a deep breath while she makes her way to this final section of the venue. Where will she go? Only she knows. We're keeping an eye out for her. Here she is. Lookers left on our screen here. Coming in. She's got something else for us. I can feel it. Coming up here, bopping back down, really using the whole venue, painting her own line, nice air, grabbing those style points as she makes her way to the finish corral. It is not a short run for these riders. They can imagine they're quite exhausted by the time they get to the bottom.
I can also imagine. Again, these kids are under 12. Most of them are under 5 feet. This is a long ways down.
Their legs are much smaller than ours.
Exactly, and they are just killing it.
All right, athlete back at the top. Here we have Charlie Larned out of SNHC, which is Smuggler's Notch Ski Club, coming to you from Vermont. Again, these East Coast riders really representing what the East Coast has out there. And we have Charlie on course right now. He is Panel A, U12 ski boy. Look at that technique. Really awesome pole plants. You know, the judges are really looking for that technique. They're looking for pole plants. They're looking for that weight forward on those skis, and Charlie is delivering just that. Here he comes fast. A blink and you miss it type of run. I can't believe he's like, you know, halfway through the venue already. I feel like he just started his run, but that is Charlie. He is just smooth. He is cooking his way down the cirque right now. We hear some cheers from the crowds. They're cheering his name. They're pumped to see him ski. He's pumped to be out here. I feel like I can see the smile from here. He's just having a good time, lining it up, dropping off of that feature there, building that line score. It looks like he absolutely put that to his feet. And just strong control, really good air awareness out of this young skier. We're waiting for Charlie to come out here. Keeping our eyes on the screen, looking for him. All right, and here he comes. Gonna finish his run here. He's got something lined up. Where's he going? Big air there from Charlie. That was just so impressive.
Absolutely stomped it.
Nice
Another
little
one.
style points there, catching those airs where he can, showing the judges that he is not done. He wants it. And here he comes into the finish corral.
He's got teammates waiting at the bottom. He's got other competitors. Everyone's clapping, cheering him on.
That East Coast community is waiting for him at the bottom. They are so excited to see this young Vermont skier just absolutely crush that run. That was very impressive skiing from Charlie. And back up top, we have back to panel B. We have Poppy LaPointe out of Mount Bachelor. My goodness, what a good rider. Coming in nice and hot, nice and controlled. Here comes Poppy. Here she goes, making her way across the top. Looks like she has her eye on something. She's determined. She's going straight into the chute here. Nice and controlled turns out of Poppy as she makes her way through this very steep and technical section. She's making it look easy, but I promise you it is not. Here comes Poppy. Poppy LaPointe out of Mount Bachelor. So much speed out of Poppy. I'm so impressed. Again, they're really boosting that fluidity category with their speed. The judges want to see smooth, consistent riding, and that is just what Poppy is giving them. She's got something lined up. Where is Poppy going? Nice air out of Poppy. Oh, wow. That was just a really sweet air for this U12 skier. She's coming into the bottom section of the venue. I bet she's going to pop out here in just a second. Waiting for Poppy to pop out here. Quite the tongue twister we're having here with Poppy, but we are just excited.
That 10 times fast.
I don't know if I could, but we're eyes on Poppy, waiting for her to pop out. We're staying on the screen. Eyes are glued, looking to see Poppy do some awesome skiing. Here she is, just absolutely crushing this last part of the venue. Went for the 360. That was awesome. Couldn't quite see the landing behind that tree there, but you saw her wind up. You know she's been working on those tricks, and every time an athlete does a trick, that is going to boost their points in their style category. The judges know it is so much harder to spin a feature than it is to just straight air it, so she will be rewarded for that trick. What impressive skiing out of Poppy. U12s, they're throwing spins, they're hitting airs. It's so impressive. And back up top, no hesitation, we have Colin Conley coming to you from Palisades, Tahoe. So we have a local Tahoe athlete here. Colin is just absolutely crushing here. Making his way down. Colin Conley, absolutely crushing. I feel like he's got a little layer something on him, seeing some color on his bib. He's just festive, out here enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, he's got that lay on. He's feeling the vibes. He's crushing the chute right now, making some turns, making it look easy. Here he comes, and again, such awesome speed. So impressive to not only ski this venue, but just ski it so smooth and so fast. Really delivering out of Colin Conley here.
So much control from these young riders, and like as we've seen, Palisades produces such epic little riders, little shredders, as do all the mountains that we have competing here today. But we love to see the local kids come out. We love to see all the kids come out. It's great to get everyone together and to put them on this course. We got some air from him.
Colin coming down, taking a nice, unique section through that feature there. Kind of a new line we haven't really seen out of our U12s yet. And Colin knows where he's going. He has his line score ready. He has his line together. He's pumped to throw it down. And he's probably taking a deep breath behind these trees right now, getting ready to finish his last part of his line here on this venue. Where will Colin come out? We are waiting. We are pumped to see what he has in store for us for this last part of his line here.
See him lining it up.
Nice. Awesome skiing out of Colin here. He's popping through. He's adding some extra style points there. And he is just awesome riding out of Colin today. Coming into the venue nice and fast, getting ready to be greeted by all his teammates. He's just really excited to be here, you can tell. You can just see it in his skiing.
You can see it. I see the lays in the crowd. I'm imagining that that's Colin's crowd.
All right, and back to the top. We have another athlete about to drop. We have Rosin Schaberg out of J Peak, another Vermont athlete. They are really showing up. And all the athletes that are competing today had to qualify in finals yesterday. So these are athletes that are showing that they've been training, they're hungry for it, and they are ready to throw it down at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championship here today. Here we have our J Peak athlete on course. She's cooking. She's making it look easy. Let's see what she has for us in store here. Coming in through that chute and really navigating that nice and smooth, beautiful skiing through that. That's not an easy section. The judges know it's steep and it's chopped up there. So they are just really, really looking for strong skiing through that section, which she delivered to us.
And if you're looking at these turns thinking like, oh, I could do that, that's so easy, I don't think that these quick technical turns, it is such a difficult terrain for these kids. They are making it look so smooth, so easy. It's just incredible. 360 there. That was wild to see again. These tricks coming out of these young riders and just not quite holding on to it, but so impressive to see that they're confident enough to go for these type of tricks on a venue like this. That is insane.
It's not a controlled environment like the terrain park where, you have everything set up. It's controlled. It's manufactured. This is just Mother Nature giving us what she's got. And Rosin really just went for it there. The really confidence it takes to go for that type of trick is just so impressive.
It really is. And these landings, it's not groomed. They're not coming in at a nice slope. They don't really know exactly what they're landing on. They're just trusting that they're going to stomp it out and they're going to land it.
And she's back on her feet here. She is just getting ready to show the judges that she's not done. Nice, and it looks like she is just navigating through this last section. You can see kind of the chatter in her feet too. These conditions are not easy, and she is just skiing over that chop, making it look easy. Coming into this last part of the venue, our J Peak athlete, Rosin Schaberg. Getting ready to get some hugs from the teammates, showing their support, representing the East Coast. All right, eyes back up top. We have Rio Wigglesworth from Sugar Bowl Tahoe making his way down. Here he goes. He's just cooking. Rio Wigglesworth wiggling his way down the cirque right now. We love to see it. Beautiful skiing out of Rio right now. That is just so impressive to see. Really strong technique. You can tell he's pole planting every turn. He's leaning into the front of those boots. He's just making it look so smooth. I'm sure the judges are quite impressed right now with the skiing from this young U12 skier. Nice, getting those little pops, showing off some creativity with his skiing. It's not just lefts and rights for Rios, it's pops and pole plants and all these really creative things that he's trying to set himself out from the other skiers, keep the judges' eyes on him.
And all eyes are on him as he heads down.
I'm just so impressed with his pole plans. That's something I really look for in a skier is really strong arms, and he is just delivering nice air out of Rio right there. That's so fun to watch. It's just so awesome to see that these kids are just making this venue look so
crushing
easy.
It, utilizing this terrain to its full capacity. We love to see it.
He is going to come into this bottom section of the venue here. Another blink and you'll miss it run out of Rio Wigglesworth. They're just so fast. It really blows my mind. They have been training so hard all season for this championship event. Huge air there out of Rio. Awesome job. That was so impressive to see. And he's not done. He is still crushing this bottom section. Looks like, nice safety grab there, boosting that style category. The judges, again, they know that grabs are harder to do than straight air, so they're going to reward those tricks when they see them, and especially when they're executed as cleanly as Rio just did there. All right, and he's coming into the bottom, and panel B is getting ready to drop the next athlete. Again, this dual panel system, so awesome the way they can really just grind through so many athletes and keep these fields stacked. All right, we have another Mad River Glen athlete coming to you from the East Coast, Vermont, Cassidy Krapinski. Ski is in her name, quite literally in the last name. So what are we going to see from Cassidy here?
Cassidy was born to do this.
Cassidy was quite literally born to ski. It's in the name. She's an East Coast skier coming out there with the Mad River Glen team, U12 ski girls, panel B. Here comes Cassidy, navigating this chute so beautifully, so cleanly. She is no stranger to steep, gnarly terrain.
Such controlled turns with such speed, too. She was really flying through that chute just there.
She was, and that's, so tough, so technical, and she's just easy. Easy piece of cake for Cassidy. Oh, and here she comes. She is so fast. It's so awesome. Really awesome terrain. They have stack coaches out there at Mad River Glen. Really awesome ski team. Really fun to see the progression of these athletes. Oh, nice little shifty there. Grabbing those style points. She knows it. She wants it. She is stylish, and she is showing it off. And she is, I'm sure, again, taking a deep breath behind these trees. It kind of seems like a moment for these riders to check in with themselves. You know, they might go out of the judge's view for a second there, but they're still moving. But I know, kind of taking a deep breath and just reassessing that, they still have this last section of the venue to get through, and they really want to make sure that they finish strong. And here comes Cassidy. We have eyes on her. She's making her way through this bottom section of the cirque right now. So fast, so smooth, nice little pops, going for Cassidy, getting those style points, and just cruising her way to the finish corral here. My goodness, I think I want to be a U12 skier when I grow up. They're so impressive.
Me too.
Awesome riding. The Mad River Glen team is down there. They're pumped to see her. And without blinking, we are going to go back to the top to panel A. All right, from panel A, bib 37, we have Crew Whiteside out of Snowbird, Utah. He is training in Utah. No stranger to steep terrain there in Snowbird. It is quite the steep resort. And here we have Crew just making it look easy, showing the judges and the crowd that he's been training all year for this event.
And their whole year has led up to this event. This is their nationals. This is the cake for them.
This is the championship event, Junior Freeride Championships. So U12, ski boy, nice creative angle on that feature here out of Crew. Just really good skiing out of him. He looks confident. He looks like he's having fun, and the judges can tell when these skiers and riders are having a good time. It really shows in their skiing.
Shows in their style, shows how they hold their body, shows in their little bounces and jumps, and he's just showing it. He's having a blast up there.
He really is. You can just see the little wiggles in his body. Like, he's cruising. He's having fun. Cruz lining up for that air, absolutely stomping it to his feet, riding it out. Not a blink, and he's just back in the cirque here, making his way towards this bottom section of the venue here. Snowbird athlete coming out here soon in a second. Where did he go? Only Crew knows. And here he is on the left side of our screen, moving in. Looks like he's coming up for this air here. Nice drop out of Crew. Really lining that up perfectly. Just the entrance and the landing executed very smoothly for this U12 skier. Nice spread eagle. Keeping everyone on their toes. Crew really showing off what he's got here. And he is going to cook it into the finish corral. So stoked to put down a run like that. That was just executed so cleanly. Very technical rider. And he is coming in, and Panel B is getting ready to drop the next athlete. All right, Panel B out of Solitude. We have Justin Bruinschols coming in, dropping into the cirque, and here is Justin on course. Beautiful turn there. I really like seeing those strong carves on gnarly terrain. It just is so fun to watch. And she is making her way through this techie section here. Justine coming in, making it look easy. Here she goes. These moguls, I feel like, are the size of her. And the fact that she's just skiing around them so flawlessly is so impressive.
The fact that these kids are going into this bowl, just no fear. And to put it into perspective, the bowl they're skiing right now is literally called Hell's Bowl. And they're fearless. They're not hesitating. They're going in. They're dropping. They're having the best time.
So wild just to see these young athletes just absolutely cook it from the top of the venue to the bottom. So confident. They've worked so hard to, not only have the physical strength to do this, but also the mental strength. It's not easy to convince yourself to go do something that, humans weren't necessarily made to do. So the fact that they're overcoming their fears and just really learning how to be confident skiers and riders is so impressive. Here she comes. She's making her way, making some turns, throwing some nice pole plants in there. She is looking good. Our rider out of Solitude, Utah. Here she comes, coming into this feature here. Nice and strong air. Beautifully executed. And she's going to hang out behind these trees for a second here as she continues to make her way towards the bottom section of the venue. Here she comes. I see some movement behind the trees. We've got Justine on the screen, bopping her way through, keeping an eye out for her. She's just really on the move out here. Where will she go? Here we go. I got eyes on her. She's coming in. We see that movement behind the trees. We know these athletes are coming in. Our Solitude rider up on the handrail. Nice air out of it from Justine to her feet, making those tight turns out of it and just making it look good.
And she is coming down, so much control, so much style, so much stoke from these kids. She's got her crew at the bottom screaming for her. Crowd's going wild. She just looks so happy.
The crowd really is going wild. We can hear them from here, and it's so awesome to see the support from these team members, you know, and some of whom I'm sure are new friends. That's, again, something that makes the community so beautiful, is the friends you meet in Freeride.
Honestly, and these kids, they've spent the past couple days together. They've inspected their runs.
And we are back up top. Again, this crazy fast dual panel air here coming to you nice and fast. We have Alon Tanhoff coming to you from Sugar Bowl. So another Tahoe local, no stranger to Kirkwood. He knows where he's going. He's showing it off right now. Look at those turns. So technical, so controlled. Really beautiful skiing right now from the Sugar Bowl athlete. Tanoff coming in. He's eyeing up this feature. He knows where he's going. He's bouncing off over the exposure. Really awesome line there for that feature. And the judges know that, you know, airing over exposure is usually gnarlier than airing over something without exposure. So they're rewarding that. They know it's a high consequence to do a lot of these moves. And for our U12s, our technical directors do go in and decide what is deemed safe for this age category. So they do have closures on venue, really making sure the features are appropriate for each age division. And Alon is just really cooking through. He's got his line picked out. He knows where he's going.
He's setting himself up
to his feet, popping over those features, really boosting that line score with every feature he hits. And he's going to make his way through this last section of the venue here. Nice. Looks like he just had a really strong line. Does he have anything else for here? He got a nice windlet coming out here. Huge. That looks like a mute grab out of the lawn. That was quite a bit of air. That was really impressive. He clearly came in with really good speed, really good control, and some awesome technique and style for that last feature from Milan.
He's waving his pole. He's got coming in so hot. He is so excited.
And back up top to panel B, coming to you from Palisades, Tahoe, we have June Holt. And she's going to get ready to drop in here in a second. Again, that dual panel makes everything so fast, so efficient. We can really get quite a few athletes with this dual panel system.
The dual panel system has saved our lives the past couple days.
And I was told that was a Tahoe trademark, was Tahoe Freeride were the people that came up with the dual panel. So really cool to see dual panel in action here where it was born. And huge shout out to the Tahoe Freeride team. We have Jason Dobbs, we have Madison Bromley. I'm here with Frankie and all the people that make Tahoe Freeride run. We really couldn't do this event without you.
We've got such an epic staff over here at Tahoe Freeride. We've got Wesley, we've got Paige. Everyone's just really... They give it their all. This is their passion. It's personal. They love it. Nothing is left on the table.
Such a friendly staff, too. We're so thankful for Tahoe and Kirkwood for hosting this event for us. Just really, really awesome terrain, really good community. And we're getting ready here for June Holt to drop in. Palisades, Tahoe, another Tahoe local. These Tahoe locals are just really showing off the awesome terrain they have, the skiing they've been working on. She's got her lays on. I see one on her neck, one on her wrist. She is decked out, feeling the vibes, and just enjoying the California sunshine. What an awesome day we have out here.
Truly feeling the spring ski spirit today.
Spring ski spirit. I like that one. That is a fun way to put what we're feeling out here today. Towards the end of our winter, I'm sure a lot of these athletes are getting ready to switch to spring sports too. They're all so talented in so many different things that they do. Really interesting just to see what the community has and what they have for us.
It is epic out here, especially in this area. Tahoe area, Kirkwood, everyone, the second they get off a board, skis, they go straight to a mountain bike.
I know, there's that really awesome cross training. They're just so talented. And we have June getting ready to drop in here. Here she goes, June Holt making her first couple turns on this venue, already setting the tone that June is going to throw something down. really strong turns out of this young skier. So fast, so controlled. You can tell she's been working on that technique. Those coaches know what they're doing. They have coached her. She's been working hard. June is crushing this top section of Hell's Delight here on the Cirque. The steep chute here, really skiing through that, nice and smooth. June Holt flying down that steep chute there.
She is coming in controlled. She looks like there's no surprises with her.
She knows right where she's going. You can tell she's just moving with a purpose. And again, Palisades Tahoe local, so I'm sure she is no stranger to Kirkwood. They host a lot of events in their series out here in Tahoe Freeride, so all these athletes are traveling to all their other resorts, just getting used to seeing what these venues have. Nice bop there from June, getting those style points. Making her another air there from June. She is showing it off that she is not afraid to be in the air. She's ready for some flight. It looks like she's lining this one up. Nice turns into that. Nice pop over that exposure. Again, grabbing those line score points, which are going to affect her other 4 categories. The higher line score you get, the more you can move up in the other categories, which skiers and riders can earn up to 3 points above or below their line score, depending on what they do and how they execute it. And we have eyes on June here. She comes into this last handrail section of the venue, of the Cirque here at Kirkwood. Oh my goodness, where will she go? She's keeping us on her toes. Nice air through there. That, again, techie section, making it look easy, but my goodness, it is not easy. June just knows what she's doing. And so choppy there. You could just really see that the snow is not consistent through a lot of those runouts in that section. It's bumpy, it's choppy. Again, they're U12s. Some of those moguls are as big as they are, so awesome to see them navigate that terrain.
So great. And you can see her coming down the hill now. She's got the speed, she's got the energy. I love watching them finish a run with such high energy, such confidence. She's stoked on what she just laid out there.
She really is, and we have some athletes here at this end gate cheering her on. They're screaming. They're also wearing lays. They've got the funky sunglasses. The Tahoe team is pumped on the run she just threw down. Oh, and all the love from the team there. We love to see the hugs at the bottom. The end of the corral vibes are just some of the highest. Huge chance for an athlete to take that weight off them shoulders, take a deep breath, and just look up and be like, wow, I really did just ski that. And I hope that is what June is feeling right now, because that was an awesome run out of this U12 ski female. Oh, they're lining up for a picture. They're so stoked. What awesome riding. Oh, she just looks so excited. All the love from the Tahoe team. Palisades Tahoe, Freeride team. They are definitely pumping out some athletes there. I don't know what they're feeding those kids in Tahoe, but they are built different, I'll tell you.
Tahoe water, I swear.
The Tahoe water, honestly, that's been one of my favorite things here, is just the tap is so good. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we all need to start drinking some more Tahoe water.
And just the sheer access to all these different mountains, all these different resorts, so close. She lives a hop, skip, and a jump away over there in Palisades.
Really is such a variety of terrain out here in Lake Tahoe. There's so many different resorts. They really get to build that variety of terrain and just use that as their skill set, is that they're able to navigate anything.
There really is.
And eyes back up top. We have panel A getting ready to go here. But it sounds like we're going to take just a minute until this athlete drops. So they're getting ready to drop him. All right, we have bib number 35 coming to you also from Palisades Tahoe. This is Colton Brown. He's dropping into the Cirque here. Insane speed out of Colton, really cruising through this top section. He is on the move. He is hungry for it.
Colton Brown coming in hot. It looks like June barely even took off her skis. She turned right back around to watch her fellow Palisades teammate just stomp out this run. So clean, so controlled, lining himself up.
And just flying into that chute there. My goodness, really navigating around those rocks. These are, tough technical decisions these athletes have to make. There are consequences up here on this venue, but they've been training. They have awesome coaches that know what they're doing, helping them guide these decisions. And it is just so awesome to see this sport and watch Colton Brown right here now on venue at the Cirque here in Kirkwood, California. What an air there! Oh my goodness, That was wild. He looks like he didn't quite have the trajectory picked out there, but again, the confidence it takes for these athletes to make that line. And again, they don't get to practice their runs, so they get this on snow inspection. They get to go stomp around a little bit, but the whole point is to preserve the snow as well. So they're picking their line, but really not hitting their features. So a lot of these features, it's the first time these athletes have ever hit them. And that makes it so much more challenging when you don't really know what it's going to be like underneath your feet. And you just got to, make your calculated decision and run with it. And that's not easy for these athletes.
It's not easy for these athletes, but that is Freeride. And it is so crazy to think that they are laying out these airs. They have the map lined out in their head, but they don't know how that landing's going to go.
They really don't. And just for our viewers that are watching at home, when an athlete does lose a ski, it is a do not finish, so they will not receive a score. And unfortunately, that looks like what we saw here for Colton. But that is also the nature of freeride. You win some and you lose some. Not every run is going to go perfectly, but I have found that is really part of the journey. Sometimes you learn more from the runs that you didn't go according to plan.
Exactly.
And that's where you build a lot of this knowledge and strength and learn how to put it down for next time. And again, that really is just the nature of freeride. You win some and you lose some, and it's all in good spirit. The vibes are still high, as just the experience of being here, competing with this community, competing on this insane venue that we have here at Kirkwood, really just helps these athletes kind of piece together part of their freeride journey. These kids are young. They have a lifetime of competing ahead of them if they so choose.
They do, and they are just building up that character. They're building up their strength, their resistance, just everything. They're going to come back next time with so much confidence. He's going to stomp out that air. And it's awesome.
Exactly. And that's, sometimes you got to make the mistakes to learn from them. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think, every seasoned freeride athlete has had their fair share of just, not quite making the mark. And I think almost all of them would say that is part of their journey, is learning from these experiences.
And he's still got June at the bottom, waiting in her lay.
They're waiting for their teammates. They're ready to give him a hug.
Everyone's stoked.
And we've got to look at these bleachers here that Tahoe Freeride built for us. So awesome for Tahoe to put these bleachers on and just really set up the vibe here that we have in the finish corral here at the Cirque in Kirkwood. All right, back up to the top. Bib 19, another Palisades Tahoe Freeride athlete, Molly McLean on venue.
Palisades is taking over.
Back-to-back Palisades athletes out here, which I'm sure is so fun to be at the top with your buddies and then have them down at the bottom waiting for the hugs, waiting to cheer you on. And here we have Molly right now dropping in. She is cooking. Look at this speed out of this young U12 skier. So fast. Oh, my goodness. Blink and you miss it type of run. Molly is just cruising through this chute right now. Really keeping that speed going. Nice techie turn. She's so calculated in her skiing. You can just tell every turn she's thinking about. Here she comes, bopping behind those trees, and she's going to pop out here in a second with the same speed she's been cooking with. Molly McLean really cruising through this venue here. Beautiful fluidity. I'm sure she is just boosting the points in that fluidity category right now. Just the sheer speed and smoothness of her skiing is so impressive. Nice pop there out of Molly. Pop back down. She's cruising, making use of the whole venue. Coming up to this feature here. What does she have for us? Nice air to her feet. Nice and controlled out of there. It's not easy to shut down that speed on a venue this steep.
It is not.
And especially when it's so chunky like it is, it just takes such awesome technique and athletic ability out of these skiers to make it look as easy as Molly is making it look right now. Here she comes, going towards the handrail.
Lining herself up.
Bopping over the handrail. Making those nice classic Molly McLean turns. She's throwing down the pole plant. She's showing off that technique, and she is just zipping in here to the finish corral. We have the Tahoe team down there cheering her on. They've got their lays as Molly zips it through these final trees into the corral. All right, and I hear panel A is getting ready for bid number 46. Huxley Mond out of Loveland, Colorado, dropping in. Sheer speed. How to Huxley with that sweet air right out of the gate.
Huxley Hux.
Huxley Hux. You are right, Frankie. That is something Huxley does also in the name. Huxley was born to huck. And the judges know, too, that when these athletes air out of the top, they know it's a higher consequence when you still have the whole rest of the venue to go. So they reward that. They know. The judges get on venue first. They know what the snow is like in certain sections. They know where it's more difficult. And they are going to reward these riders for skiing in these challenging conditions. And we are just eyes on Huxley there as he is just flying through this top section of the venue. Loveland, Colorado athlete, came all the way out here to California from Colorado. Here comes Huxley. Awesome turns on this section. You can just really tell when an athlete's not scared to trust their edge and really lean into their equipment, and he's just bopping, throwing nice air, showing off style. Huxley is showing that he is hucking and he is stylish.
Huxley is in full control, and he's putting his full body into these turns. He's leaning with it. He's making it look cool. He is having so much fun.
So much fun. Wow. Super fall line on that feature there, too. And that's also something the judges are looking for, is when an athlete can take a feature really fall line, really direct, they know that that's harder than taking it cross court. So two athletes can hit the same feature, but if it's more direct and more fall line, usually, 360 out of Huxley. But yeah, usually those types of features are rewarded as well. And so Huxley Hux, he's gotten 360s, he's gotten airs, he's lining up something else for us here. Again, so direct with that feature from Huxley. He is just ready to show that he is not scared of the fall line or the commitment on those airs.
In such a controlled landing, he is going into it and he's not missing a beat.
Huge spread eagle. Huxley's got the tricks. Really awesome riding. And I think Huxley did a really good job of highlighting that really beautiful blend of strong technique and this freestyle component. He's got the tricks, he's showing off the style, but he's also showing off strong technical skiing, and that is what the judges want to see.
And wrapped up in all that, he's showing his personality.
Yes, you can tell that Huxley's here to have a good time. And he did just that. All right. We have Kylie Crane out of Solitude dropping in. And I actually know Kylie. I got to judge one of the events down in Solitude. And she's had quite a few podiums in the Solitude Volume 1 and Volume 2 Junior 2-star. Kylie is no stranger to air. She is a strong skier, and she has purple hair. So Kylie's got the style. She's got the skiing. Kylie is just an awesome U12 skier. Making it look easy, cruising her way through. Coming all the way to California from Utah, Kylie Crane crushing up this part of the venue, making some lefts, making some rights, staying nice and controlled through this choppy section. Nice, Kylie. She's taking airs that are bigger than she is, my goodness. This young U12 rider. And she's hidden behind the trees from us right now in the live stream, but popping back out. Clearly so smooth and controlled on her feet. Here she comes. Beautiful arcing turns through this section of the venue.
Truly using the whole venue. She's cutting across everything, making it look easy, making it look fun.
It's such a beautiful moment for these skiers to get this whole face to themselves. It is truly an all eyes on them moment. This is their time to shine, their time to paint their line on the circuit here at Kirkwood. Nice air out of Kylie, my goodness. Such a young, strong rider. She is just the future of freeride, as all these athletes here today are, and just so awesome to see the female skiers really pushing that boundary of skiing and just really showing that the girls here are not afraid to throw down. Here she comes, the handrail section of the venue, last section here of the cirque as she comes in nice and strong. It is not a short venue. These athletes are holding on for the whole thing on the handrail. We've got Kylie. Nice air out of it. Here she comes, making her way to the corral. She's got that whole venue. Oh, but she's not done yet. She's showing off that style, really boosting that style category, grabbing some points there with every trick that she throws. Oh, and the crowd, you can just hear them cheering her on. They're so proud of her, and I'm sure she is so proud of herself, too. What a feeling to get to the bottom, look up, and be like, wow, I just skied that. So awesome to Kylie, but eyes back up top. Bib 49 on course. We have Julian Duddleston out of OV Free, so another Tahoe local, showing that he's no stranger to Kirkwood, no stranger to Tahoe, and certainly no stranger to freeride. Here comes Julian. He is crushing these turns right now. He's hungry. He's looking for it. He's making his way to his features, to his line. Here comes Julian lining something up. Where will he go? Nice, taking that nice and strong. Oh, nice. I was going to say, it looked like he got a little bounce, but he just came out of there so fast and controlled. Really awesome to see Julian put that to his feet. He's traversing with a purpose, which is what the judges want to see. If athletes are going to across the venue, they want them to do it for a reason. We call it traversing with a purpose, and he is clearly has a purpose because Julian is going somewhere. He is getting through that techie section. Nice spread eagle. Julian's gaining those style points, throwing in those tricks. And nice air there out of Julian. Really strong takeoff and landing on that feature that, again, I think is bigger than he is. So crazy to see these U12 athletes biting off huge chunks of this venue here. And he's going to pop out of the trees here any second. Here he comes. Julian making his way to this last section of the venue here. Where's he going?
Lining it up.
Nice air. That was big for Julian, big for these U12 skiers, and he is just cruising through right now. My goodness. There he goes, bringing it into the corral. Julian Duddleston out of OV Free.
Literally jumping for joy.
Quite literally jumping for joy, jumping with joy, jumping Julian. Julian jumps.
Julian jumps.
Julian
Huxley
jumps.
Hobbs, these kids, their names, lining it up for us.
And we're going to give a shout out to Helly Hansen, GoPro, BCA, Tahoe Freeride, all these brands that really make freeride happen for us. So thank you to our sponsors. We really couldn't do it without you. Thank you to our parents and our coaches, Tahoe Freeride, the IFSA team. We all work so hard to bring these events to you, to bring you the live stream. It is not easy, but we are stoked to do it because, again, we all love freeride. The freeride family is here.
The freeride family is here. The freeride community is here. The love is here. Everyone's stoked to be here. The wind's picking up a little bit, but
that doesn't faze these athletes. They are no stranger to the outdoor conditions. All right, we got a ski female coming up next. Bib number 8, we have Hana Terasawa out of Heavenly. So another Tahoe local skiing out of Heavenly Tahoe. Here comes Hannah.
Another Tahoe local. Heavenly's a little closer. Heavenly's on the south side of the lake, so just over the hill. Kirkwood's in her backyard. She's probably bopping out here every weekend. I mean, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't? And what a cool backyard to have. I mean, my goodness. This Tahoe venue and just the whole community, the whole scenery is just so beautiful. And Hannah is just enjoying it and crushing it up as she goes, making those turns, navigating her way. U12 ski female on the circ right now. Unbelievable. She is navigating her way through these bumps. They are quite literally as big as she is, and she is just making it look easy, staying nice and controlled as she makes her way down here. Really trying to stay nice and controlled, show the judges that she is ready to be here on this venue. Lining it up. Where is she going to go? Nice air. Getting a little spun around, but really coming into that air with confidence. So awesome to see these athletes know their line. Again, they've never hit it before, and she's on her feet back on the move. Doesn't even phase Hannah. She is back on her feet and ready to keep cooking. Traversing with a purpose. Here she comes. Skiing out of Heavenly, Tahoe local. Staying nice and controlled as she makes her way through these trees, through this midsection here of the venue. Staying nice and smooth, catching the wind lip, getting some air. She is no stranger to taking flight.
No stranger. Hannah is riding this with such intention right now. She is locked in. She knows where she's going. She's lining up these airs. Looks like she's lining up another one.
Oh, here she comes. Big pop for Hannah. Looks like that was straight to her feet. Flawless, controlled, and smooth. That is what the judges want to see, and that is what she's delivering. And I'm sure she's also taking a deep breath behind those trees, prepping for this last section of the venue here. It is the home stretch. Here she comes. We've got some movement in the trees. She's coming in. Getting ready to make her last section here of this venue. And from this angle, you can really just see how wild this venue is. It is steep. It is gnarly. There are a million things to jump over. Like, my goodness, this is not easy skiing, but these athletes are making it look smooth. Oh, here she is. I've got movement coming in kind of the middle of our screen here. We're getting to zoom in. Picking up what she's about to put down from this Heavenly rider. Let's see it. Nice. Big Aaron holding on there. Again, it is so choppy and so variable on that run out. So it is not an easy air to take. And she just absolutely crushed that, making it look so easy. My goodness, she must be stoked to be at the bottom of that one. Quite the long technical venue. All right. At panel A, dropping in, Carson Dubinsky coming to you from Sugar Bowl, another Tahoe local. Tahoe locals are just showing that this is their home turf. They know what they are up to. They've trained all season. They're prepped for this. Carson coming in nice and controlled, making his way through this very technical section of the venue. He is making it look good. Nice turns there out of Carson with the air. My goodness, what calculated riding. Nice and forward in those boots too. That's what we want to see. That strong blend of technique and sending it. Here he comes, lining up this feature here. Nice and fall line out of that. Really just pointed it straight off the middle of that feature there. Boosting that line score with every air he does. Carson is hungry for it, and you can tell.
And following that fall line, not an easy thing to do. When you're coming up on these obstacles and on this terrain, that is a terrifying feeling to be at the top of the rock. To see him just drop it, no fear. So confidently.
Nice. And then Carson is just cruising his way down, catching that wind lip, gonna bop over some exposure there, grabbing those line score points. He is not done yet. He is showing off that he is strong, a strong skier, and he wants it. He is ready to be here at the finals day for U12 at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championship, Kirkwood Mountain, hosted by Tahoe Freeride. And Carson is making his way in here to the finish corral. He's pumped. Arms are in the air. He's showing off that he is stoked on that run he just put down.
He feels good. He feels confident, and we love to see that. He's happy. His team is waiting for him.
Oh, and getting hugs at the finish corral. We love to see the support from these athletes that they have for each other. It is a competition, but it is also a family, and it is so cool to see this community bring it together and support each other. All right, back up top, we have Panel B. Also from Heavenly, so she was right there with her teammate. I'm sure they were stoked to be at the top of the venue together and stoked to be at the bottom together. We have Alina Villaret dropping in out of Heavenly, Tahoe local, bib number 1. Alina is just making this section look easy. Really strong riding here out of Alina. Really fast and technical. Look at those turns, Frankie. My goodness.
She is crushing it right now. Again, she's fearless. There's no hesitation in her mind. She's really coming in, drawing a nice, clean line.
And just putting down some awesome turns on these crazy steep moguls and features. It is choppy, it is funky, but she is just making it look smooth.
It is so choppy, and I don't see her shaking at all. No bumps, no jumps.
Just smoothness.
Holding those edges in, so nice and clean.
Just really making it look nice. Alina Villaret out of Heavenly, Tahoe local, crushing the circ here at Kirkwood, California, showing the judges that she has what it takes to be here at JFC's, and also proving to herself that she is a strong skier and she's ready to be here. Coming in through this techie section of trees, navigating her way. It's so hard to tell where you are on the venue when all of the trees look the same, but she is just pointing her line down. She knows where she's going. Nice air off the wind lip, grabbing those style points, putting them in the bag. Those are hers for the taking. Lining it up. What does she have? Nice air there for Alina to her feet. Absolute stomp city for this young U12 skier. And here she comes to the trees. We're catching some movement here. We're waiting for her. See what she has for this last section of the venue here from Alina. She's coming in, nice and in the front of those boots, showing off that technique. Eyes forward, nice air off the handrail, holding it together. Again, so choppy there through that section, and she is just gliding over that chop so fast, bringing it into the corral.
She's making this chunky snow look like it's as smooth as water right now.
And my goodness, it is not. I know it looks much easier on the screen, but we're looking at it right now. This is not easy skiing and so smooth. All right. Jack Witherspoon on course, bib number 48, another J Peak rider coming all the way from Vermont. Again, not an easy travel day for these Vermont East Coast riders, but Jack is on venue, keeping it on his feet right here and just making his way towards his line.
I love to see that they have such a team, such a community up there at the top with them as he's dropping this chute.
Nice techie section, tight shoot there for Jack. My goodness, that is a very calculated run right there. There is not really any room for error on that shoot that Jack just took. No. You have to be so dialed to ski something like that.
And he came out with speed, with control. He's just cruising down his line right now. So confident, so ready.
Just ready to put down a run. Jack Witherspoon, J Peak, Vermont, making his way through the circ. Coming to the money booter. Let's see. Oh, with the big spread eagle. An absolute crowd favorite trick. The crowd loves to see it. The athletes love to throw it. All around, great time. Another error. Just putting those line score points in his bag. Jack is going to keep those as he keeps moving down. Heading behind the trees, where will Jack pop out? Only he knows. Keeping an eye out for Jack. Here he comes through the trees. Oh my goodness, and he is just picking his way through this chunky, steep technical section, through this wildly choppy snow. Nice! And not quite holding on, but we have a head tap from Jack, and that just communicates to the judges, patrol, and the whole team that once an athlete gives a head tap, they are okay. They don't need help. They took a bit of a crash, but they are okay. And again, that is just Freeride. You win some and you lose some, but the crowd is stoked. It is nice and sunshiny down here at Kirkwood, California. We've got some more athletes here. They're so pumped to be here. I saw J Peak on that vest. Those must be Vermonters. We love to see the Vermont community, the East Coasters, as Jack is again okay. He's safe. He's fine. He's just grabbing his equipment here.
You should have heard the screams from the crowd at that air. He got so much air.
And we're going to cut to an ad real quick, and we will be right back. Thanks for tuning in.
Freeride is freedom. Getting out of our we choose to take, fighting against our fears. Freeride is a lifestyle. Is a wide-ranging freeride family along the Americas, reaching from Alaska to Patagonia.
Volunteers, if you guys would gather right here.
Well, I can get you up. There you go.
We want to be here, all right? That's where we get our power from.
Ebby Hill out of Steamboat, Colorado. Coming all the way from Colorado to California, Ebby's ready to show the judges and the crowd and herself what she's been working all season for.
Another traveler. We love to see these kids headed out all this way, getting together, laying it down. Looking for Abby on the live stream right now.
This venue is such a maze. It's so vast and so big and just so impressive for these athletes to pick a line and stick to it. And here we have Abby coming down nice and smooth here.
Nice and controlled. And it is so easy to lose these tiny little athletes. You look away for 1 second, out of sight.
I know, and they're so fast. Spread eagle from Abby. Showing off that style, showing off those tricks. Such a crowd pleaser trick. We love the spread eagles. I feel like we need a spread eagle count. What is the maximum number of spread eagles we will see today? And Abby is adding to that count, showing us that she's got those tricks.
We're already pretty high in our spread eagle count.
Pretty high in our spread eagle count.
That's pretty impressive.
We love to see it. We're waiting for Abby to pop out here from this trees in this wild playground that we have here at Kirkwood on the Cirque here. Here she comes. Coming into this last section of the venue here, we've got Abby skiing nice and strong, really smooth skiing, nice air there, navigating that landing, skiing over the chop,
right
throwing
into
in some
another.
more airs. Steamboat Spring skier Abby Hill just put down an awesome run, so fast. I cannot believe how fast that run just was.
No.
My goodness, fluidity through the roof out of Abby Hill here from Steamboat. All right, and back to panel A, coming to you from Snow Basin, Utah. We have William Andrasco on course.
William Drasko headed out the gate with speed.
Speed. He is going fast.
He is ready. He is hungry.
He is going to show us what he has today. Looking for William on the live stream. He's so fast. There he is. We've got him. My goodness. Such fluidity. So controlled in his turns. No fear from William as he lines something up here. Where is William going? My goodness, that was huge. That entrance, that landing, that is going to be quite a high line score for that feature there. It looks like he just got a little caught up in a snow snake. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got the head tap from William, but that air, Frankie, can you believe that was a U12
The crowd
skier?
went wild. Obviously, he got a little excited. So insane.
That was just the way the snow was lined up for that feature he took. He really had to point it there. Like, that was a crazy air out of this U12 skier.
And the way he headed.
Oh, and he's waving his pole. He's pumped. That was so cool. That one was a memorable feature for this division today. That was wild. I'm not over that air that we just saw out of Williams. So calculated. He knew where he was going, and he stomped that.
And he surprised the whole crowd. We haven't seen that yet today.
That was a new feature he just unlocked for the U12 division, and he's going to make his way down to the venue. We got the head tap. He's nice and safe, and he's going to come into the corral, and I'm sure he's just cruising his way down now. And he's going to make his way into the corral here, greeted by all the Utah homies at the bottom. We can see they're ready to greet him, ready to give him the hugs and support that makes Freeride so awesome as William makes his way down into the corral right now. He's waving his pole. The vibes are high.
He's
William
excited.
Andrasco out of Snow Basin, Utah.
He's so stoked. He's
Oh, and the
that
hugs
out.
from the teammates. They're just so stoked for William. What an air. I don't think I'm done talking about it,
I'm
Frankie.
not
That
gonna be past
was
that for a long time.
That was wild. So calculated. Again, U12. I might need to see a birth certificate for some proof that that athlete is a U12. So crazy, that level of riding. All right, we have our last U12 ski female of the day up on top. This is Kira Bondurant. She is an independent athlete, meaning that she is competing in freeride, but not necessarily with a team. She is out here as an independent and just getting ready to crush the cirque and hold it down for the U12 ski girls. in our division here for finals at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championships here at Kirkwood, hosted by Tahoe Freeride.
And she is just racing around this ridge right now. I'm so excited to see what she has in store for us. Dropping this chute, so clean, so controlled.
Nice air turn. Where is Kira going? Nice tight turn around that rock, finding these little chutes and keeping her line creative.
Keeping it so technical and so clean is so impressive.
So impressive. And as she comes here around these trees, we've got eyes on Kira. She's our 15th U12 ski female for our finals here today. And again, all these U12 athletes competed yesterday in qualifiers, and they take about, give or take, the top half of scores to compete in finals. And here is Kira coming in.
That was another spread eagle right there.
Another spread eagle, adding it to our spread eagle count. These athletes know what the crowd wants to see, know what the judges want to see, and clearly having a great time with the spread eagle tricks that we're seeing today. Yeah, Kira, here she comes, navigating those trees, making it look easy, so fast, so fluid. My goodness, Kira, an independent athlete.
It's the suspense is killing me. Where will she pop out?
I know, where do they pop out? We don't know. Eyes are on the screen. We've got Kira here. All eyes on Kira as she makes her way through this bottom section of the venue. Here she comes, lining. So where is Kira going to go? She's calculating her line. She's picking it out. Oh, getting real techy through the top there. Avoiding on her. Wow, really making sure she stayed nice and safe above those secondary hazards that we had there, above that air. And what a cool drop off that handrail Kira just threw down.
Like little double bump.
Yeah, she was going straight off the top there. She knew where she was going. Kira was ready to throw down that line score. She makes her way into the bottom here. Our final U12 ski girl today.
And she wanted that drop. She
knew where she was going.
Up for that.
I don't even think she has poles. Oh my goodness. All right, back up to the top. We have our next athlete, Miles Forrest, out of Sugar Bowl. Here comes Miles. Sugar Bowl, Tahoe local, just north here of Lake Tahoe is where Miles skis, and he is coming in nice and hot to the cirque. Miles Forrest, probably going to ski a little bit of the forest that we have here on the cirque. Again,
just a little bit.
It's in the name of some of these riders. They know where they're going. They know what's up. Nice air there from Miles. That was awesome. Nice and calculated. Riding it out, hiding behind the trees from us here on the live screen, but popping back out. Here comes Miles. He is making some turns, throwing down some pole plants, showing the judges that he has the technique, he has the send, and he's staying nice and controlled as he makes his way through this part of the venue. Coming up for another air, lining it up, going big, bolts to his feet. And then Miles Forrest skiing through the forest right now. We love to see it. Lost in the trees, but zooming back out. Here comes Miles.
Him there.
Getting ready to throw down this last section of the venue here. Here he comes. Staying nice and fluid, just absolutely like water, streaming down this section, coming into the windlet. Nice pop there, bopping over some exposure there. A little shifty he threw in there too. Really boosting those style points. And here comes Miles into the finish corral. Getting ready to drop. He was our 16th U12 ski boy today. We have 30 on our roster, and he is just cooking into the bottom, getting ready to get hugged and all the support from his teammates. He is out of Sugar Bowl, up in Tahoe, and there is Miles getting all the love from the homies.
Miles, I've gotten to know this kid a little bit the past couple of days, and he is passionate. He is passionate, he's persistent, he's on it, and he just loves this sport, and it's great to see.
And that's just something we love to see, is athletes that love to be here. It is all for the love of freeride, and that is just so clear in their riding that they want it. They want to show it off. They want to be here, and they just want to keep the sport progressing. So we see Miles getting all the love from the friends and family at the bottom. He doesn't even look phased. Like, yep, just ski the circ, no big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. Just a Tuesday for
Another
Miles.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's cruising.
And as we are getting ready to switch over to the U12 Snowboard Girls Final up at the top, so we're not going to see any more ski girls today. We have finished those off, and we are going to start with our U12 Snowboard Girls.
Snowboard girls, we have 4 of them today. 4 U12 snowboard girls getting ready to show it down on the circ today, and it is just going to be an awesome run. That'll Panel B, we still have our U12 snowboard girls, followed by our U12 snowboard boys, while Panel A will continue with the U12 ski boys. So again, we are running 2 simultaneous competitions, 2 different panels of judges that are each judging these divisions to keep this event running efficiently, running smoothly, and putting as many athletes on venue today as we can.
Yeah, we like to make sure that we can get as many kids going as possible so that we can keep these contests running fluidly so that these kids all get their chance, all get their shot, all get their stage.
And it's just so good to see. And for those of you that are just tuning in, we are here at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championships at Kirkwood, California, hosted by Tahoe Freeride. Huge shout out to our sponsors. We've got Helly Hansen, we've got BCA, we've got GoPro. These are all the brands that are helping make Freeride happen. We couldn't do it without you. And for those of you that are just joining, athletes are being scored on 5 categories in freeride. The first and most important one is their line score. Every feature they hit, every techie section they go through, they are building those line score points. And the other 4 categories are control, technique, fluidity, and style. So those other categories are being based off of their line score. Line score is the most important one. It is the path these athletes choose down the venue. And so athletes get to inspect the venue before. They get to go on snow with their coach in the morning, pick out their line, check out the features, but they are not allowed to hit any of the features. So they just get to check it out, feel the snow, make some decisions, and then they get 1 run in finals here. So 1 run features some of them have never hit before, and they get to calculate it and then just run with it. And it's such a crazy sport to see that, you know, you just make your line and then you run it, and that is freeride. That is what makes these athletes so impressive.
And I truly love this sport. I love seeing these kids paint a picture in nature. They're picking their lines based off of what the terrain is providing them. There's nothing built for them. There's nothing that is predictable. They just get to go and have fun and do a little dance with the mountain, and it's just a beautiful thing to see.
It's what an awesome way to put that, Frankie. It really just is an expression of their style. And again, we can see when these athletes are having a good time. We can see when they're just confident and fearless and they're waving their arms and they're just absolutely crushing it. And the conditions today are kind of chunky. They're not easy. Some of these moguls are bigger than these U12 athletes themselves. Nothing is groomed. It is all natural terrain, and they just get to throw it down from A to B on the circ here in Kirkwood, California.
That is awesome. And like I said, I got the privilege of meeting a lot of these kids, seeing a lot of them, and you see these little, like, chubby cheek babies going up on this crazy face, just dropping these chutes, hitting these rocks. It's so, so, so incredible, the confidence that these kids have, the dedication to their sport.
And it's so cool, too, where I feel like a lot of these young athletes look up to these older skiers, but truly I feel like a lot of these skiers look at these younger athletes and are also inspired by them, where we really see the level of this sport up and coming. You know, they're going bigger, they're throwing more tricks, and it's so awesome to see just what these athletes have in store for us. The 360s they've been practicing, the spread eagle count we have going for today, and just these grabs and the way these athletes are really training and blending this beautiful combination of strong skiing and just sending it a little bit. And this is our Helly Hansen cat that we have right here. We are announcing the live stream out of the cat. It's a pretty, yep, you can see Frankie waving in the live stream. It is just so fun to be out here today. And yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Helly Hansen, GoPro, BCA, Tahoe Freeride. We couldn't have done it without Tahoe Freeride. Their whole staff is just so awesome. It's been such a pleasure to be here today.
And we are so, so, so happy to have you guys and be able to be a part of this event and these kids' journeys and just this community. We love it so much. So stoke is high, vibes are high, sun is out.
And we are back up top. Back up top, snowboard female from Grand Targhee, Wyoming. We have Ara Rockefeller, bib number 81. Our first snowboarder U12 of the day, dropping into the surf.
Look at her go. So fearless. Such clean turns.
And I don't know if you've ever skied Grand Targhee, but my goodness, dude, they have some awesome terrain out there. So Ara is no stranger to steep, gnarly terrain, and she is just showing that off. She's on a snowboard. She's only got 2 edges, and my goodness, is she making it look smooth.
This is so impressive to watch. This little girl, so much control.
Again, a U12 athlete. I cannot believe it. Just so cool to see these athletes doing it so young and just cruising her way through here. Here comes this Grand Targhee snowboarder making her way through this chute, navigating this chunky technical ski riding, and here comes Ara lining something up for us. Getting on her toe edge, cruising her way, getting back on that heel edge, showing those turns, making some nice technical riding for this skier and showing it off for the judges.
She looks like she's having fun. She looks like she's playing with this venue right now.
She is. She is just playing on the playground. Endless things to jump off of here at the Cirque. And she is just getting ready to show that she is not scared of this feature and these venue conditions. She is making her way down. Coming up to this feature, what does she have in store for us? Here she comes. Nice air from Ara. My goodness. What awesome riding. And we're going to lose her behind the trees here just for a second. But she is going to pop out nice and strong. I can feel it.
The suspense is killing me.
We are on our toes, waiting for Ara Rockefeller to come out here. Where will she go? Only she knows. Here we go. We got some movement towards the right side of our screen. Ara is coming out through the trees, making her way to this handrail section.
And she's moving so intentionally. She's lining herself up. She's lining this run up.
Lining it up is right. She knows where she's going. They have to be so calculated as they make their way to these features. Again, it is not groomed. It is all natural terrain. So there's nothing helping these athletes out with this terrain besides themselves. And they are on their own. Nice air from Ara, showing off that style, getting those points. And here she comes into the finish corral. Nice and strong riding out of this Grand Targhee skier. Saw a little tree tap there on the way down. Here she comes, our first snowboarder of the day. And back up to panel B, another Sugar Bowl athlete, Tahoe local, Evan Fletcher. He is bib number 40, and he is ready to show us what he's got on the circuit here today. Strong skiing, making some beautiful turns. Here comes Evan on the circuit, getting those pole plants in, showing off that technique. He is lining something up. He is skiing with some calculation. Evan knows where he's going. Looks like he might be setting up for one of these features down here. Getting ready to do something cool. We're waiting to see what Evan has in store for us. Nice, fun turn in there as he lines up this feature, pops over the exposure. Crazy run out there, too. I don't know if you saw that, Frankie, but he got to land and then was kind of bucked up a little bit.
Yeah.
But held on and made it look so controlled and so smooth. It is a funky run out there, and Evan just made that look awesome.
What an epic display from Evan of just truly what these kids can do.
He's been training all season for the Sugar Bowl, nice and local to Tahoe. I am sure he's no stranger to the cirque as he makes his way through the cirque here at California. Getting ready to show the judges what he's got, lining up another feature here. Let's see it, Evan. My goodness, nice and fall line off that feature. He really just pointed it straight down the hill and launched. Here he comes back through the trees. Where will he finish his last section of the venue here?
Where is he going to pop up? What is he going to do?
My goodness. Where is Evan? We're looking for him. Here he comes. Keeping those nice controlled turns as he makes his way through this last part of the venue here. Where will he go?
What is he lining up right now?
Oh, looks like he's got this nice chunk he's going to bite off.
Nice.
To his feet. Skiing right through that run out. And just making his way to the corral. He looks stoked. Really awesome riding out of Evan from Sugar Bowl. Makes his way into the finish corral.
And now we've got our second snowboard girl dropping right now. We've got Maeve.
Maeve Aspen McClarney out of, Crested Butte. Coming to you from Colorado. We've got Maeve. Bib number 80. She's on course. U12 snowboard girl. Nice as job, Maeve, as she navigates her way through the cirque. This steep, gnarly terrain, making it look so easy.
And again, there's just a little bit of an extra challenge on a snowboard here just because they only have that one edge to really lock in on this super choppy terrain. So seeing these girls run this with such control and such confidence is just so impressive.
It's so awesome to see the way that snowboarding has really become such a huge part of Freeride. And these athletes are not afraid to show it off. They are not afraid to show that they can jump, they can be smooth, they can navigate gnarly terrain like we are seeing here today from Maeve. And she is making her way down. We've got a crowd lining up at the bottom, stoked to see her run, and she just looks like she's enjoying it. Nice, fun, surfy turns out of Maeve. She is just cruising her way. And you can already see, Frankie, it kind of looks like the snow's starting to soften up a little bit, which sometimes can make it easier or provide other challenges too. It's really wild to see how the conditions change throughout the day on the same run.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a little bit of slush coming in. This morning it was almost sheer ice.
It was pretty bulletproof this morning. It was not easy to get down the venue.
So it's going to be a little easier for these riders to get their edge in, but at the same time it's going to be a little harder for them to maintain that speed because the snow's going to be a little grippier. It's kind of going to hold on to them a little bit more.
And it's pretty wild, too. These athletes that inspect in the morning but then drop later in the day, the conditions change from their inspection run. So what they saw this morning is not necessarily what they're going to see when they take their one and only run. And here comes Maeve lining it up, airing off the side of that feature here, staying on her feet, so controlled, so smooth. Maeve is absolutely crushing this run here. We've got her popping out of the trees over here, cruising her way, staying so fluid, so controlled as she makes her way to this bottom section of the cirque here. She's cruising in. What does she have lined up for us here? I bet she's got something else to show us.
She looks like she's got something up her sleeve.
Here comes Maeve in the shaded part of the venue here, popping out into the sunshine. I'm sure the conditions are quite different there in the shade and the sun. It's even small things like that that really make this terrain so variable, but these athletes do such a good job navigating through it.
So technical, and she's really drawing out some nice, smooth, long lines for us right now.
As she brings it into the bottom section of this venue. My goodness, I am so impressed with the strength. Another air. She wasn't done yet. She lined it up, didn't quite land it to her feet, but she is back up and cruising to the bottom. She's got her teammates at the bottom cheering for her. They're stoked. We have Maeve out of Crested Butte, Colorado. Cruising her way through, and Panel A is getting ready to drop the next athlete up top. All right, back up top, we are getting ready to drop bib 31, who is Carter O'Brien, out of Crested Butte as well. So I'm sure him and Maeve were chatting up top, sharing that teammate love that we love to see here. And Carter is cruising his way through. My goodness, Frankie, look at that speed out of Carter.
Carter is racing down this hill right now.
Cruising through the chop, which is not easy to do, and Carter is lining it up. He is hungry for something. I am so excited to see what he has in store for us here. He's lining it up, coming up to this chunky feature here, getting ready to drop. Nice air there. Again, that run out has that little bucky spot where it really pushes those athletes up, but they're doing such a good job holding on. Carter made that look so smooth.
It really does highlight their control.
It's so impressive to watch.
Their ability to adjust to this terrain and to correct themselves in those moments.
He is just absolutely crushing this venue. Another blink and you miss it run. He is so fast and so smooth. And it looks like he's lining something up here for us. Let's see it, Carter. Nice and fall line. I am sure the judges will reward that for just absolutely sending it. No hesitation. Carter is grabbing those line points and keeping them for the taking.
Again, the confidence and the fearlessness that it takes to hit at fall line.
Especially a feature that a lot of these athletes have never hit before. They don't get to practice their line. They get to check it out, and then they just send it. And it is so impressive. U12 skier on venue right now. Lining it up. There goes Carter. He took that massive, and that was just so flawless, so controlled, so smooth. I am so impressed. Oh, and he is not done yet. He's got something else for us. Bopping so and my goodness, full punch front, but it looks like his skis stayed on, and he even got a little stuck there in the soft snow. That was such a huge air. Arms in the air. He looks stoked. Head tap to his Carter.
He's okay.
And that is just something that we love to see out of these athletes, is even after a tumble, they are just so stoked on what they did. Sometimes that is where you learn the most, is from things that aren't executed perfectly, so you know how to be strong next time. And back up top, we have Finola Reed McClarney, also out of Crested Butte. I'm going to take a wild guess and guess that her and Maeve are related. So she's up there with her teammate, sibling, all the family, just absolutely crushing it. And Finola is dropping in here. She is making some strong turns. Here she comes, ready to show off what she's got.
Coming in around the edge, carving down.
I'm sure she's got Maeve at the bottom waiting for her, cheering her on as Finola makes some beautiful cruisy turns here on this snowboard. Just full control over her board here as she makes her way. Oh my goodness, she might be lining up a tight shoot here. And she is cruising, she's dropping in. So technical. Oh my goodness, I cannot even imagine doing that on a snowboard.
Look
As
at
a
her
U12
go.
especially. She is staying so calculated as she makes her way through that. That is not an easy section to ski or ride through, especially again on one edge as a snowboarder. Very impressed.
The carve out of that was just executed beautifully. We love to see it. And judges really love to see snowboarders not hanging around on their back edge, because it's so easy to just float down this terrain, hugging that back edge. We love to see them carving, going heel, toe, and she went through that tight shoot, toe side, heel out.
Really linking those turns through this middle section as well. You're right, Frankie. It's so awesome to see these snowboarders link those turns. That is what the judges want to see, and that is what Finola is delivering. And we're looking for her to pop out here through the trees. Eyes are on the screen, waiting to see what Finola has in store for us. Oh, And here she is coming out of the trees there on her feet, bopping through all this variable terrain that we have here today, making it look so easy. Coming up, what does she have for us here? Pop over the windlet, bopping it back down. Here comes Finola to this last part of the venue here. And quite the long venue to navigate. It is so impressive to see these young athletes pick a line and then execute it. They have to remember where they're going from top to bottom. She's lining it up. Finola airing off the top there, straight to her feet. Absolutely stomped that one. We love to see it from Finola. She makes her way into the finish. The crowd is absolutely stoked to see what she has for this last section here. We can hear them. They're going wild, and she just looks like she is having quite the fun time. Here she comes. U12 snowboard girl out of Crested Butte, Finola Reed McClarney. Getting tucked a little bit behind that rock for our live stream view here, but she is about to pop out here and cruise her way to the bottom.
We can see her now, coming in so hot, so confident.
My goodness, look at these turns from Finola. U12, I still can't believe these divisions today. Our U12 skiers are just so impressive. This is the future of freeride right here at Kirkwood right now.
And look at her drawing out her turns.
And what a crazy huge venue it is. All right, panel A. We have Bridger Drollinger getting dapped up, getting hyped up, dropping in. Bridger is an OV free Olympic Valley freestyle team skier, so he is a Tahoe local, and he knows what is up here as he drops into the cirque. No hesitation at all. So fast, so smooth. Really strong technical skiing. Look at those turns. He is in the front of his boots. He is making the pole plants. So controlled as he navigates this wildly choppy section here. My goodness, look at him go. That is just so steep and so wild. There's no room for error here as Bridger takes the air. Nice and smooth exit on that. My goodness,
so
Bridger.
Clean.
So speedy. Look at those turns coming into this middle section here. Bridger is hungry for it. He is traversing with a purpose, heading to his next feature. It looks like Bridger knows exactly where he's going. Tahoe local. I am sure he has skied Kirkwood quite a few times before.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows what he's doing. Look at Bridger go. As he's just using the whole venue. Nice 360 out of Bridger. He is showing off that style, really gaining points in that style category. As he comes in here, another air for Bridger. Nice and clean off that feature.
Back to back to back to back for Bridger.
A stacked run out of this athlete here. Every time the athletes air over exposure here, nice, just like that, they are gaining line score points. And these line score points are going to affect these other 4 categories that they are being scored on. So Bridger knows the game. He's clearly played it before, and he is ready to deliver what we want to see. He's coming in here, this last section of the venue, popping out of the trees. Coming up along here. Getting ready to drop it over the exposure on that feature. He really went over the rock, which the judges know is quite a bit more difficult than just bopping off the side. So I'm sure they are going to reward him for that difference in that section of that feature.
What a run for Bridger. We got the cowbells going, crowd going wild. He looks absolutely stoked.
And then panel B is back up at the top, getting ready to drop in our final U12 snowboard female. This is Sophie Rodas, and she is an independent athlete. So she is not training with a freeride team, but she is still out here competing, still training, and ready to throw it down at Junior Freeride Championships here right now.
Look at
Sophie
her
is
go.
on course.
She is out of that gate, and she is ready. She is hungry. no hesitation, such clean speed.
She is going down to the dead tree chute, making her way in the cirque, Kirkwood, California, IFSA Tahoe Freeride. Sophie is showing it off.
We lost
She's
her.
coming in. Where will Sophie go? Only she knows. The suspense is high. There's Sophie making her way through that techie chute section. Sophie is ready to show it off. Look at her linking those turns. Like you said, Frankie, the judges really want to see that variety of heel side and toe side edges, linking them up, making it look smooth. And Sophie is just absolutely crushing this run. We lost her behind the trees here for a second, but there she is. So much speed. You can tell she was cooking it behind those trees too.
And to hold her lines, again, in this choppy condition, in this snow condition, for her to hold that line and us not even question whether she's on a groomer or in the backcountry.
She just looks so strong as she navigates this choppy terrain. Like, she looks like she's confident. She looks like she's having a good time, and that is just showing in her riding right now. It is so awesome to see Sophie lining this one up. Where will she go? Catching that edge right there and taking that so direct and so strong. Sophie knows what she wants, and she is going to deliver it. Coming out through the trees. I'm sure she's taking a moment to breathe here.
Every time they go behind the trees, I feel like we need to play some elevator music.
Where are they going? What are they doing? Only they know. And here she comes. She is getting ready to rip up this bottom section of the venue here. Sophie Rodas, independent athlete, showing that she is ready for it. Let's see it, Sophie. You got it, girl.
Nice link.
Nice riding out of Sophie here. My goodness.
Really holding her line. And the crowd down here is going absolutely crazy for her. She definitely has some support.
Oh, yeah. She's got her viewers. She's got her whole Freeride support family there, and her control over that snowboard really stood out to me on that run. Like, my goodness, she was so in control over that board the whole time.
Nice little 180, get some style in there.
Extra style for Sophie. We love to see it. All right, back up top to panel A. We have our next U12 ski boy. This is out of Steamboat, Colorado. This is, I believe, Winston Witten on course out of Steamboat, Colorado.
Hey guys, do we know that this is Winston right now?
He is just crushing his runs right here. So fast. Winston Witten confirmed out of Steamboat, Colorado. Winston is, wow, bopping through that traverse, getting extra fluidity as he cruises over to his next section. Huge air there out of Winston. A little rollover, but he is back on his feet. He took that absolutely massive, no hesitation, full speed, no brakes into that last feature here from Winston, and just cruising turns out of it. My goodness, he is ripping it up. Beautiful technique out of these turns right here from Winston. Leaning into the front of those boots, planting those poles. Look at Winston just absolutely charged down here on the cirque. He knows where he's going. He has studied, done his homework, and ready to throw down his line here today. Winston Witten.
And look at him go. Look at that speed.
Movement through the trees. We can see him popping out. Little bit of a bobble there, but the snow is getting funky. Again, it is so different from when these athletes inspected this morning. It's been baking in the California sunshine all day and really softening it up, and that makes it hard to push that heavy snow around as it softens and gets wet and heavy and sloppy. But Winston is really just navigating through his line here as he makes his way into the finish corral. All right, and back up top, we have Bib 74, Jackson Krill. He is an independent athlete and making his way towards the dead tree chute.
And again, we just finished the U12 Snowboard Girls. We are on the U12 Snowboard Boys in Panel B right now. So this is Jackson Krill. He's the first U12 Snowboard boy, and he is charging right now.
Absolute fire coming out of the back of his board as he speeds his way down that top section. That was so fast. I am so impressed with those turns. He's dropping in. We got all angles, and here is Jackson making his way through dead tree chute right here.
Such a tight technical terrain for all these kids, but especially for a snowboard. It's just so much more difficult to transition your board like that.
They don't even have poles.
They don't even have poles.
Look, Mom, no hand style. He's really just cruising his way down, making it look so easy and just doing such a good job of linking those turns. That's something I really admire in our snowboarders, is when they're just able to bounce back and forth between heel edge and toe edge. It is not easy to do. And he is just crushing his way through the venue so fast. Beautiful fluidity out of this young independent rider. He is lining something up for us here. He is getting calculated, getting it dialed, and getting ready to send. Here comes Jackson, lining it up, going for the grab.
Nice.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was so awesome. Throwing
Nice
in that
little
style. Yeah, my goodness. So stylish, so calculated. Jackson is just really showing the crowd, the judges, and himself what he is capable of here. And here he comes around the trees. We've got eyes on Jackson. Making his way, this final section of the venue here. It is a long venue. These athletes are holding on, but not even looking phased at the athletic ability it takes to ski something like this. My
He's
goodness,
lining
here comes
something.
Jackson. Let's see it. What does he have for us? He's trying to figure out exactly where he wants to go. Keep it so calculated. Nice! That was so sick. And getting a little caught up on that traverse track, but he's bopping straight back to his feet, showing that athletic ability it takes to be like a cat and just be back on your feet, and so reactive and so impressive.
It does help that they're all under 12. They
I know.
bounce a little bit.
Their ACLs are still made of rubber,
Yep.
so enjoy that while they have that. So awesome to see. Such strength at such a young age. My goodness, Jackson Krill, independent
What a
athlete,
run.
our very first U12 snowboarder boy of the day here in finals at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championship, Kirkwood, California, hosted by Tahoe Freeride. All right, we have another skier back up top. Out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we are about to have Vaden Singh drop in here on venue. He looks ready. He just looks like he is ready to throw something down. Standing up there so confident. Boots are buckled. Pull tapping it up. Here comes Vaden.
He is charging as well.
Oh my goodness, look at those turns. That is so fast. I am so impressed. That is not easy to speed through such chunky terrain like that.
And to make it look so easy, he's just gliding right now.
So smooth, so fluid.
Lining up something right here.
Nice air there for Vaden. Just really making it look so easy. Really controlled, really boosting that rider level. Nice. He was calculated, really taking a creative approach on that section of the venue. And making his way here. I bet he's lining something else for these features. Catching a little bop on the wind lip, and then heading to these next features here, going through the chunk, lining it up, dropping it off, straight to his feet. This is Vaden. We have Vaden Singh coming out of Jackson Hole, California. absolutely crushing this last section of the venue. Another blink and you will miss it type of run because, my goodness, Vaden is fast. So smooth. No hesitation on his airs. He is confident. He is coming up on the handrail here. What is he going to do? Going straight for the double. And making it so clear. Wow. Really avoiding that secondary hazard, that field of rocks. Arms in the air. Vaden is stoked. My goodness.
What a run.
That was beautiful skiing out of this Jackson Hole athlete.
Towards the corral. So happy.
So fast. The crowd is losing their mind. I see athletes running up to the end corral to give him a big hug, I'm sure, and congratulate him on what a wild run that was. Arms in the air. This Jackson Hole athlete is stoked.
Way to go, Val.
Hugs from the teammates. They're so stoked. My goodness, we love to see the community here. We love to see the support. You know, they're competing against each other, but the love is there. The love for each other, the love for the sport, and the love for Freeride.
Awesome. Looks like we're going to head up to the top in just a moment now. We see Scout Smith getting ready to drop. Scout Smith is from the Coastal Mountain Surf Team. He is... There he goes.
Surf Team. My
Coastal Mountain
goodness.
Surf Team. Look at him carved down. Scout lives in Northern California in the off seasons. He spends his off season surfing. So their little team that they've got is just epic, all around board riders.
No stranger to a board sport, and you can just see that in his riding.
You can absolutely see it. And I love when you see that crossover of these two sports because they look surfy.
They do look surfy.
They look bouncy and flowy, and it just meshes so well.
And as a novice rider in both surfing and snowboarding, my goodness, they are not easy sports to master. And Scout is just really doing a great job making this look smooth as he comes into this really techie section here. Lots of rocks, lots of variable terrain, and he is making his way.
He is.
Nice air there.
Nice.
Awesome job from Scout.
And look at him link those turns together. He looks intentional. He looks like he's got his run on lock. He knows where he's going. He's just surfing down the mountain right now. He's having a blast.
Intentional is such a good way to put that, Frankie. I really like that, as he is really riding with that intention and really being specific on where he's going. He is making it look executed and dialed and just smooth and fun. Coming into this techie tree section, navigating his line. Where will he go? Nice riding there.
Nice drop. Nice speed.
He is making his way, really using the entire venue. We love to see it.
He looks like he's headed towards something. Think we're going to see...
I think we're going to get another air here. Yeah, we are.
There it is. Stomps it out.
A little caught up on that run out, but it is bumpy, it is choppy, and Scout is just making his whole run look so smooth, so dialed. Coastal Mountain Surf Team, you said?
It's Coastal Mountain Surf
What a fun
Team.
time. That just sounds like a good time.
Coastal
Mountain Surf Team.
It is so fun, and it is so fun to see these kids. I know that Scout grew up in Pacifica, California, I believe, and Coastal Mountain Surf Team's headers from Pacifica as well. Just a fun little surfy crowd.
Fun surfy crowd. California through and through. Just soaking it up out here on venue.
We see him linking these turns.
Staying strong in this last section of the venue. I can only imagine how exhausting it is. Lining up a little more exposure here. Where will he go? Navigating through these rocks. Taking a fun little line there through that field of rocks and staying so controlled in this last part. Really impressive riding.
And
my goodness.
Speed.
Bopping through
my.
the speed. Coming into the finish corral and ready to look back and be like, wow, he just skied that whole thing. Quite the steep venue. All right, going back up to the top. Bib 28, Ben Wilson dropping in from Smuggler's Notch Ski Club. Another Vermont here, out here, ripping it up. Air straight out of the top. So impressive. No hesitation, no room for error, and just beautifully calculated from Ben here. Coming in, where will he go? Look like he's dropping into the dead tree chute. Ben Wilson, no room for error in that chute as he slides through it, so smooth, so calculated, and just crushing over those bumps there. Here he comes, so technical. These Vermont riders really know how to lay down an edge, really know how to hold on to some ice, and that is really showing here in this variable, chunky terrain. Ben Wilson, Smuggler's Notch ski team, really showing up for the Cirque here at Junior Freeride Championships. Another air with the shifty from Ben. My goodness, showing off that style, grabbing those line score points, and keeping them.
I really love watching just how fast and tight and technical these skiers are right now. It is so impressive.
And just so fun to watch. Like, you can tell when they've really been training not only their skills and their airs, but also their technique. It shows so well. He's up. Where's he going? From Ben there. There was no hesitation coming into that. That was a massive air for this U12 rider. My goodness. Ben was not done yet.
Oh, Ben.
Wow. Taking that whole line, so creative, really skiers right to left through that bottom section. Arms in the air. Ben is stoked. That was a beautiful run.
Beautiful run. The crowd is losing their mind.
Oh, he's got his buddies running up to the finish corral, ready to spread the love, ready to congratulate him on what was a sick run out of this Smuggler's Notch rider. Oh my goodness, he looks like he's breathing hard. He gave that run his all. You could just feel the joy pouring out of Ben here. He is so proud of himself, and that is what we want to see. We want to see the athletes loving it, the teammates loving it, the crowd, the judges, all of you watching at home on the live stream. You can just feel how excited Ben is on that. Oh my goodness, they're so stoked. So fun to see. What a run here.
Right into the arms of all the homies, all the love. All right, looks like we're getting ready for our next drop. This is going to be Finn Collerton, another Sugar Bowl rider, another U12 boys snowboarder. He's just gearing up, getting in the right headspace.
And this is our finals day here at the IFSA Junior Freeride Championship. So all these athletes that are competing today also competed yesterday in the qualifiers, and they take about half of the field to compete in finals. So this is what you're seeing is the top half of scores and riders from yesterday's qualifiers dropping in today on finals.
All right. We've got Finn Collerton, Sugar Bowl rider, dropping into the dead tree chute, and look at him go. He shot out of that gate. No hesitation.
No stranger to Tahoe terrain either. Finn Collerton getting ready to show us what he's got, and he is cooking through this top section of the venue, linking those turns. That is what we want to see. That is what the judges want to see, and that is what Finn is giving us.
Look at him heading over that ridgeline. Where will he drop? That is the question of the hour.
He's got something. He knows where he's going. He got his line down, and he is going to do it up. Let's see.
Wow.
Nice techie riding there. Really, really showing it off. That is just so fun to watch. And
Really showing that
rushing
control.
Good control out of this rider. Here he comes, making his way behind the trees, but we have movement. We see that he is still cooking. Here
there
he comes. Linking those turns back and forth, making that just look so smooth and so surfy and so fun. And you can really see that the snow softened up quite a bit from this morning as he's kind of pushing it back and forth. I bet it is not easy to move that snow around.
Absolutely not. And he is traversing with intention right now. I'm so excited to see where he ends up. Nice little jump from him.
using the whole venue here, really painting his line the way he wants to show off his art in his riding.
Got a little bit of air right there. Popping back in.
Keeping it creative, little airs there on his feet again as he keeps moving. Here comes Finn Cullerton lining something up.
Wow.
Taking that nice and strong, so controlled, really clean in the air. And just looks like he's having a blast out there. Another air, grabbing those line score points.
He's spending his airtime well right now.
He really is. And he's coming into this last section of the venue here, linking those turns. He is not done yet. Here comes Finn, making his way through this final section of the venue here. It is steep, it is chunky, and he is just doing a great job. Heading into the shadow there, what does he have? That was a cool, creative line out of that feature here. Just keeping that nice and fun, nice and floaty, and wiggling some turns out, some more little bops as he makes his way into the finish corral. Awesome riding.
Here
out
he
of Finn
comes. We got the
Cullerton.
cowbells going. Cheers and good vibes. Great run from Finn Cullerton.
And back up top, we are going to drop another Panel A athlete, another U12 ski boy. Again, this dual panel system making us run so efficient. We love to see it. Really awesome. We have 2 sets of judges running 2 simultaneous competitions right now. And we are getting ready for Panel A to drop the next U12 ski boy. And this is going to be a Kirkwood local. This is his home turf. This is Miles Hurst coming to you from Kirkwood, California. This is his domain. He is ready to show that he trains here every day he skis. Let's see it. We are pumped to see Miles Hurst drop in right now. Here comes all right, we've got our skier dropping in, Miles Hurst, and he is just getting ready to crush it. Kirkwood local, he trains with the Kirkwood Freeride team, and he is just crushing these turns right now. So fast, so smooth. Let's see what Miles has in this techie section of this shoot here. Here comes Miles, crushing those turns, nice and forward in his boots, making those pole plants, showing the judges that he is a technical skier, so strong, so dialed, and so controlled. Nice. Laying down some smooth turns as he bops around the venue. Coming up on the wind lip, showing us a shifty, grabbing those style points and keeping them as he comes into this next feature. Nice air there from Miles. So controlled. Just so confident in the air. Looks like he's going to catch another bop here. Nice airs. He's so controlled. As he comes into this final section of the venue here.
Lining something up. Looks like he's going to go big, and he did. Absolutely stomping it, Miles. Carrying that speed through and after.
All right, Miles is making his way into the finish corral. So fast, so smooth from this Kirkwood local. We love to see the Kirkwood team out here. Here comes Miles.
Entering the corral right now. Looking stoked. What a run.
Getting hugs from the homies. We love to see it. We are back up top for Panel B.
Panel B, we got Wakabuzas, an independent rider, getting ready. This is another U12 snowboard boy.
We have 2 snowboard boys left, and Walker getting dapped up from the coach, showing the love, showing the confidence, ready to drop in, and here he goes.
Here we go. Look at that turn. Look at that speed.
Here comes Walker. My goodness, linking those turns straight out of the bat, showing us that he is not afraid of some steep, gnarly terrain. Navigating through all this chop and these bumps.
Nice, clean turns from Walker. I'm excited to see what he has lined up for us.
Fun little hoppy turns that he's throwing in there. That is so fun to watch as he's just getting really creative with his riding and really showing that he's having a good time out there. Coming in. That is so steep. Oh, one of those hoppy turns again. I'm a big fan of those, Frankie. I like the way those look, and I bet he's having a great time doing them as well.
I imagine he's having a blast up there.
Walker making his way so fast and so smooth, really showing the judges what they want to see, but also just doing his line the way he wants to do it. This is his riding and his painting on this picture here at the Cirque.
So confident coming down this run right now.
Making his way midsection of the venue right now. Where will he go? Is he lining up one of these airs below him? Looks like he's heading for it.
For something big.
And here he goes. Strong riding.
Stomps that landing.
Strong air out of Walker right now. My goodness. So fun. Walker just looks like he's having a great time.
Another nice little air out of Walker.
Keeping those line score points for himself, building them up, and just showing that he has what it takes to be a finals rider here at JFC's. We love to see it.
The trees.
Last section of the venue here. Walker holding on nice and strong.
Turns.
Really fun line that Walker's throwing down here. Back into that fun little crevasse next to that rock in the shade, bopping out of it, and making his way to the finish corral.
Walker looks stoked. Another little air, bouncing it out there at the end.
And clapping it up because he's stoked. All right, we have another Smuggler's Notch rider from Vermont. We have Warren Leonard on venue, bib 65, bopping through the top section, catching those airs already straight out of the gate and making it look so good.
These boys, these U12 ski boys are just blowing my mind. The immediate speed that they're picking up. No hesitation.
Coming through the chute, nice and strong. Wild. I don't even know what to say. That chute to that air, that was so calculated and so dialed and so fast.
That is not an easy thing to do.
So impressive as he just made that look so easy. He knew where he was going there. He clearly had that line picked out. 360 out of Warren. Wow, he is showing it off. Warren is showing that he is not afraid of some style, not afraid of some steep, and certainly not afraid of some speed as he cooks through his line here. No stranger to being in the air. My goodness, these Smuggler's Notch kids, what are they feeding them? Ashley Maxfield is their head coach, and she is just an awesome skier. She's clearly showing the youth what they need to be learning now, and it is delivering here in Warren.
I'm so excited to see what he does.
Showing up for the East Coasters. Big the shifty off that. He's not done yet. He's cooking through this last section. He's got one more lined up for us. I can feel it. Warren Larned coming up. Oh my goodness. We're seeing 2 threes. He stomped arms in the air. The crowd is losing their mind over Warren and that run. That was wild skiing we just saw from this U12 athlete. My mind is blown.
Insane.
I'm going to need to see a birth certificate. I don't know if this kid's a U12. That was nuts.
Wow, Warren.
Warren, we are impressed here. That was a crowd pleaser. The judges must be stoked. Warren must be stoked. That was awesome. And all of the love from the team. You can see that he's just so pumped. 2 spins on that run. That was too epic. I'm so impressed.
So sick.
What a run from Warren. That is one to take note of.
All right, we're lining up for our last U12 snowboard boy, Sawyer Mason, another Palisades rider. He is locking in up there in the gate, getting ready to drop.
Our final U12 snowboarder. My goodness, what a stacked division. What impressive riding out of these young athletes.
Sawyer Mason looks like he's playing, he looked like he was playing some patty cake or something up there. Had a little secret handshake going.
Little secret handshake with the coaches. We love to see that community. We love to see the vibe. Shout out to Tuto on the camera right now. He's all smiles. We love to see this whole community come together to make this event happen, to bring you this live stream, and we are just so stoked to be here. Another shout out to our sponsors. We have GoPro, we have Helly Hansen, we have BCA, Tahoe Freeride, all of these people that make Freeride happen. We couldn't do it without you. We are so pumped to be here and so pumped to be at this event.
This is Sawyer Mason lined up, our final snowboard boy. So stoked to see.
Let's see what this snowboarder has in store for us. Last but certainly not least, we have Sawyer getting ready to throw it down. Palisades Tahoe, another local out here. Alrighty, Sawyer, all eyes are on you. Let's see what you got. Nice and strong out of the start. Turning it up. Nice. Oh, that is a fun one to watch right out of the gate. The judges know that is not easy to do. Over such exposure to no room for error up there, and he is just cruising as he makes his way towards the dead tree chute.
Racing down. So exciting.
Here he comes. Sawyer keeping it spicy, keeping it fun. Through the chute, no hesitation. Again, I'm shocked that these riders are U12s. My goodness, so awesome.
Look at him go. Look at him carve. Carrying so much speed with such control. It is so impressive to see in these young athletes.
Here he comes, linking those turns, showing off some nice carves. Showing that he has the technique, he has the control, and he clearly has the style as well. Coming up on the wind whip. Fun little spin there. We love to see it.
Showing off that style,
lining up this feature down here.
Looks like he's going to get in the air.
Taking flight, airborne to his feet, absolute stomp city. Let's see it for Sawyer as he keeps going and crushing this run here on the circ.
Here he comes, coming around these trees right now. Looks like he's lining something up.
He is so fast and so groovy with his turns. It is so impressive.
Groovy is a good word. He is bouncy, he's dancing, he's having a blast.
He's just making art here right now, and we can see it. He's lining up something for us. Looks like there's no way out but air right now. Nice, clean stomp out of Sawyer. Hitting the Mando, making it look absolutely flawless as
Again,
he cruises into
this
the finish
kid
row.
is under 12.
Under 12 years old.
Feature.
My goodness.
Look at him coming in. So stoked. Bouncing around.
Oh, you can see that he is hyped. Sawyer is pumped. Palisades Tahoe athlete. Tahoe local. Sawyer is stoked, and clearly his team is too.
Look at them. Everyone's so hyped right now. And that, again, that is the end of our snowboard boys.
And now we are just on to panel A for the rest of our competition here today. We have an Aspen Valley athlete dropping in, Cooper Hunt, bib 36. Here comes Cooper, coming to you from Colorado. Aspen Valley airs out of the top. We love that feature. Athletes love it too. And he is
speed is this kid carrying?
My
That's
goodness,
insane.
what are they feeding these kids for breakfast? Because they are so fast.
That is highway speeds.
Heading towards Dead Tree Chute. Where will Cooper go? Coming in nice and hot here. Airing right off the top. So dialed, so controlled. Again, no room for error there. That is quite an intense feature to bite off, and he just did that flawlessly. Look at Cooper go. He is on the move. He's going for something else, lining up that air, not even minding the traverse track that was underneath him, and absolutely cooking through this next section of his run. Bopping over some more exposure there, grabbing those line points as he bites off every chunk of exposure.
I love the airtime that these kids are putting in right now. Not missing a single opportunity. There it is again.
And here he comes, Cooper making his way to this last part of the venue. So fast. Another blink and you will miss it run. He comes up on the handrail here. Where is Cooper going?
Cooper is lining up something big for us right now.
Oh my goodness, hits the double, skis right around those rocks, because those are right in his landing, and he was not fazed by them
We did see a
whatsoever.
rider get caught up earlier. It is so sick. I love the use of this terrain.
So awesome. Cooper stoked. You can just see it as he comes into the corral. The vibes are high. The energy is awesome. Cooper holding it down. Cooper was our 25th athlete to drop on this panel in this division here, and we have 30 total. So the conditions again have changed quite a bit from inspection this morning, but that is not phasing these athletes. They are confident, they are controlled, and they know what they are doing. The crowd at the bottom is piling up as we finish our division here, holding it down for the last of these U12 ski males.
Everyone is stoked. Vibes are high. It's been a long day, but no one is phased. We're out here in beautiful Kirkwood, California. Such a gorgeous day, blue skies. I mean, how could you not be excited?
California sunshine, we're so stoked to be here. And a huge shout out to Kirkwood, their ski patrol, their ops team, all of their people that are just really making this event happen. There's a lot of stuff to carry, a lot of stuff to get dialed, and we are just so thankful to have an awesome host mountain to really support the sport that we do, and we are just so stoked to be here.
So excited. And again, another huge shout out to all of our sponsors, Helly Hansen, Tahoe Freeride, GoPro. Big shout out to the IFSA, Backcountry Access. We couldn't have been possible without you guys.
We are so pumped to be here. Junior Freeride Championships, U12 skier finals today. This morning we ran qualifiers for our U19 snowboard men and women, and they will compete in their final series tomorrow alongside the U15 snowboard men and women. So we have a lot of different things happening here this week, and it is a stacked week of competing, of freeride, and absolute vibes here in California.
We also have a tailgate tomorrow.
And the tailgate party coming to join us for the patio party.
Cornhole competition.
A cornhole tournament, I heard. So get ready to play some cornhole with us tomorrow with the IFSA team. We've got some board members that are going to be there. Come interact with the community. We want to see your faces. We want to see your best cornhole game, too.
We do.
And we also have an exciting thing happening at our patio party tomorrow. If you beat our director of operations in a game of chess tomorrow, you get a free IFSA membership for next year. So come bring your chess game, come beat our director of ops, and come get a free membership to compete for next year. So we are so excited to bring the community together for this party tomorrow.
Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
And I've never played Brian in chess, but he's a man of many talents, so I gotta say, you gotta bring your best chess game tomorrow, best cornhole game, and then also bring your freeride stoke, because that is what we are doing here. And we also want to say, if you are having a great time watching our live stream from wherever you are, we couldn't make it happen without our live stream team, and we are so stoked to have you watch and are so thankful for our members that donate to make this live stream happen. Our team has worked so hard to get the equipment, get it dialed, and feel free to hop on our website and donate to making this happen. We appreciate you, our members, and our community.
Yeah, this could not happen without everyone. And again, we're live streaming our U12 finals today, live streaming our U15, U19 snowboard finals tomorrow, and we'll be live streaming our U15, U19 ski finals as well. So if you love that, if you love seeing it,
if you are watching from the comfort of your home and you are stoked, go show us some love. Follow us at IFSA Freeriders on Instagram too. Get all of the media. We want to see the content. And we are back up top to finish out our U12 skiers here. Out of Alyeska, coming to you from Alaska, Bib 44, we have Graham Cobb on venue, airing out of the top, showing no sign of slowing down as he cooks it through this top part here. Keeping eyes on Graham. Looks like he actually may have had a bit of a tumble, but he is not phased. He seems to be okay, gathering his ski. We have a head tap. We know that Graham is okay. Again, that is the way that the athletes communicate to all those watching, our safety team, our patrol, to make sure that they are okay, so they will give us a head tap. So we have that instant communication that after a fall, a skier is okay. And it's so awesome to see the way that they have these things set in place so we know how to help our athletes. Keeping them safe is the priority. As again, this is gnarly terrain. It is not easy to do this. There are consequences, and that is why we have our coaches for our juniors to keep everyone safe and just keep the sport functional.
yes, absolutely true. And we have the categories in which the judges are judging, and one of those categories is control, and that is mainly to help keep our skiers safe. We want them to stay in control. We don't want them to put themselves in any situations in which they would be out of control.
Exactly. The judges want to see safe and responsible riding within an athlete's ability. They can tell when an athlete maybe bit off a little more than they could chew and went a little too big, and that is why they have that control category, to really emphasize how important it is to stay safe in such a gnarly sport that we do. This is, uncontrolled, all natural terrain, very variable. Just, take a look at our venue here at the Cirque, and it is large, it is steep, it is not very forgiving. But these athletes train, they have their coaches that are helping them make responsible decisions, and that is what we want to see, and that is what we've seen out of all of our riders today, is safe, responsible riding. And eyes back up top as we get ready to drop our next athlete, Owen Vaughn out of Diamond Peak, another Tahoe local. Let's see what Owen has in store for us. Owen is on course and out of the top. Throw a little shifty in there, I saw too, and just crashing through those bumps. My goodness, Owen Vaughn's so fast.
Looks like he's headed to throw some more air.
Throw some more air, ski that little shoe. What does Owen have for us? Taking a creative line to this feature that we've seen a lot of other athletes hit. See, airs over this exposure. Again, that little uphill bump out of that run out is just so wild to see them navigate that. Stay strong, keep that controlled athletic stance. Nimble on his feet. Owen Vaughn coming down, bopping up over that wind lip there, making some turns, and I bet he's coming for one of these rocks here.
There he goes.
Grabbing points for that line score. He executes that beautifully.
Right
My
off
goodness.
the free line. Look at him go.
Owen Vaughn at a Diamond Peak. He is a Tahoe local.
Another
He's
Tahoe
bopping in
local.
so fast. My goodness. U12 ripping it up, so speedy, coming up on the handrail here. Wow. Spread eagle up to the handrail,
so
hits
much
the double, navigates around those secondary hazards in that landing, and just pretty much straight lines it out of that run out, showing no signs of slowing down. That was such a fast run. My goodness.
Wow.
Again, athletes are not getting scored on their speed, but the faster the riding, the judges take note that it is difficult to ski fast, and that is rewarded in that fluidity category. So I would say Owen showed some fluid, smooth riding here. He's got hugs at the bottom. We love to see the love. Owen Vaughn, that was impressive.
Really just stomped that run out. Love to see that. That was so fun to watch.
So fun. Diamond Peak local already. Eyes back up top. We have 3 athletes left for the remainder of our division in our competition here today in finals. Our next athlete is a snowboard athlete. Bib number 27, Banks Antibin from Snowboard, getting ready to drop in up top while the judges are scoring that last run. And that's something that makes the dual panel so awesome, is while after an athlete drops in a panel, as the judges are scoring that run, the next panel can keep going while that other panel is scoring that run. So that keeps the competition moving so fast, and then by the time that second panel comes down, those judges from that first panel are ready, and that is what has kept our competition cooking today, keeping athletes dropping non-stop. And as we finished panel B, we are now just working with the rest of panel A. So we have these few moments in between athletes while the judges continue scoring and finish up their run.
Look at that little park setup. That is just so sick of Kirkwood to do for us. They let us put a little park in the spectator area, let the kids get their wiggles out, hit some sick features. Shout out Kirkwood. That's awesome.
And the kids have been wiggling all day. We've seen non-stop park action from these kids. They are free riders. They are throwing in some freestyle here too and just keeping the vibe high.
I have seen some kids go crazy on that park today.
They've been going nuts. They are not afraid to show that they can hit rails, they can hit drops. They are just ready to be skiers for the love of skiing, and that is felt here. All right, panel A is ready. Bib 27 about to drop in out of Snowboard. We have Banks coming in here. And here he comes, Bank Antiblin. Airing through that top. We've been seeing more and more of that as this category goes on. They love that top feature, and it is fun to watch. Banks is making his way. Where will he pop out? Oh, there he is towards the left of our screen as we switch over to watch his line. Where will Banks go? He's got it lined up. He's staying calculated. Banks knows what he wants.
Banks is taking the bank today.
Banks is taking the bank today. Oh my goodness, we only saw one other athlete today hit this.
Look at him.
That was sliver of a takeoff on that run and just absolutely to his feet. Getting almost caught up there, but staying on his feet. Banks is keeping it smooth. There he goes. That is such a cool feature. Honestly, one of my favorite on the venue. Just the way that snow is a sliver into that takeoff. There is no room to turn, no room to pizza, no room for error at all. And go. Here comes Banks so fast as he makes his way through the venue right now, through the bottom section here, coming up on the handrail, taking another huge air there. My goodness, this kid is no stranger to being in the air. He is airborne. He's taking flight. He's going to the spread eagle. Add that to the count. City, add that to the spread eagle count. Banks is
his arms are up. He's claiming that run as he should.
What massive airs out of this U12 ski boy. Banks out of Snowboard, Utah, showing that Snowboard is steep. It has the terrain, and he brought that here to California with him. And getting all the hugs from the teammates. We love to see it. And eyes are back up top. The judges are going to take just a minute to make sure they score him properly, give him what he deserves. And we will have our next athlete, who's also a Tahoe local from OV Free. It'll be Maverick Martin dropping in next, our second to last skier of the day, followed by our final skier, who will be Torin Devaney out of Park City. But Maverick will be dropping in next from the top.
Yeah, and like we said, we switched back to, we're just on one panel now, so it's going to take a little bit more time between athletes. Bear with us. We are
almost ready to go and almost ready to wrap up a day of competing. It's always so wild seeing the vibes be so high, so intense, so much sunshine, and then just really feeling the community through the end of the day. It is just so fun to be here at these events.
And such a fun day.
Such a fun day.
Such a perfect day for this event.
And if you're watching from the live stream, we hope we get to see you out here in person one day. It is an absolute vibe to come out and watch and support the athletes and support Freeride. And thank you for supporting from home. We love seeing people watch the live stream. We love seeing the community stay involved if you can't make it out here to California. So thank you for watching and tuning in. Feel free to get up on the IFSA website. Oh, and that is us sitting in the cat. That is where we've been announcing from all day. It is so fun to be here. We get to see the community. We get to see the bottom. We get to see the top. We're watching the live stream with you. It is a great time. Helly Hansen on the cat. That's Frankie waving to you. It is a great time out here today.
Where is our camera? I can't see them.
They're out there. We have multiple people on our cameras today. Shout out to all of our camera crew. They're out here all day, keeping eyes on the athletes. They're doing such a good job. We are so stoked for the team, the IFSA team, the Tahoe Freeride team, the Kirkwood team, everyone at Helly Hansen, BCA, and GoPro that are helping make this event happen.
We're watching our second to last rider right now. He's in the gate. He's ready to go. He's just waiting for it to be his turn. Stoked, putting the final touches on his line.
And again, not only a physical sport, but so mental for these athletes too, to really get in this headspace of competing, of doing something that has a high risk and just staying so calculated and confident. It is just so impressive, the mental and physical strength that all these athletes have. We've got Maverick up top, Olympic Valley, Tahoe local. He is getting ready to drop in. He's looking at the camera, calculating the last parts of his line, running it through in his head, and getting ready to drop in here.
And Olympic Valley is just that Palisades and Alpine combination. So he's got two home mountains.
And here he comes, getting ready to drop in. We have Maverick. We're just waiting for the starter to give us the okay that the judges are ready. He's stomping it out. Our second to last athlete of the day here. Bib 54, Maverick Martin, Olympic Valley Freeride team. Here he comes, ready or not.
And he jumped.
And he jumped again. Maverick showing no sign of slowing down. These awesome fast carvy turns are just so fun to watch as these athletes book it out of the gate. So controlled, so calculated, my goodness.
Maverick is just absolutely racing down this terrain right now.
So calculated, so speedy, so technical. They're taking that very big. We haven't seen a lot of athletes with that quite large of a trajectory on that feature, and he was just eating it up. Traversing with a purpose. Here comes Maverick through this techie section of the trees, eyeing something up. Where will he go? Look at those turns. My goodness. Those are just so... Wow! That was a beautiful 360. So fun to watch. He's got the tricks. He's got another air, building that line score, grabbing the style points with that three. He is just ready to keep throwing down a line. My goodness, Maverick Martin. This is a wild run from this U12 skier. Again, U12 skier. That is so crazy to me. I say it out loud and then I just keep forgetting that these kids are under 12. That is so nuts.
That is so nuts.
Hopping up here. Oh, the exposure. Again, that is a big chunk there. Huge. And here he comes. So confident. Arms in the air. Maverick is stoked. He knows what he just did. Pole swinging in the air. Swinging the pole. He is pumped.
So much excitement.
My goodness. Oh, and he knows he just threw down something awesome. getting all the love from the team. Oh my goodness. We love to see it. We love to see the community of these kids. They just love the sport. They love each other. They love to be here and just challenge themselves together. What a community it builds. All right, and we are just showing off all of the love of this team. They're covering him in snow. They're showing the love.
A little dog pile happening.
And we are going to cut to a quick ad while we wait for our final competitor. Thanks for tuning in.
Freeride is freedom. Instinct. It is in all of us. Getting out of our ourselves to the limit, taking the risks we choose to take, fighting against our fears. Freeride is a lifestyle, a deep connection that should never be America to Patagonia.
All my volunteers, if you guys would gather right here.
Well, I can get you up. There you go.
We want to be here, all right? That's where we get our power from.
Torn out of where?
Park City. Last rider on the mountain right now. This is Torn out of Park City. Working his way down.
So it's only one cover.
Working his way down. Bridge shot right now. He's coming around the ditch tree. Working his way over.
All righty.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. He's inside. CJ, he's inside. He's going over.
We are getting ready. We have our last athlete on the venue, Torrin Devaney out of Park City. We are out here watching live as he makes his way down the circuit. My goodness, I have to say, standing out here and seeing it in front, it is so much steeper than it looks on the live stream. And these athletes are crushing. Torrin making his way across the traverse. What do you think about that, Frankie?
Honestly, it is insane seeing this whole mountain behind this kid. He's got so much speed. What an air. He just stomped that out. He is ripping down the side of this mountain right now. Crushing it.
And Torrin is making his way, carving through this section of the venue. Last but certainly not least, Park City, Utah athlete, Torrin is crushing it up. He's behind the trees. He's about to pop back out, and here comes Torrin. Looks like he's really showing off that technique. Nice, smooth, controlled, and calculated riding out of this young U12 ski boy. And here he comes behind the trees right now, Frankie, but let's see if we get him out here in just a second.
We lost him. The suspense. There he is. There he is. Stomped another air. Behind a tree. Coming around. Can you see him?
It looks like he's about to come up on the handrail. I saw him in the trees just above it. Right side. I'm looking for him. Do you see him, Frankie? Oh my goodness. I think he's right behind the tent. Dropping the chute.
I see him popped out at the bottom right now. He's coming in.
And here he comes, his last final features of the venue. He looks like he's hungry for the top of that handrail. Will he go for the double? Where is he going? Park City, Utah skier. Let's see it. Last section here. No stranger to taking flight. My goodness, hits the double, executes it beautifully around those rocks in the landing, and he is flying into the finish corral here. Frankie, what do you think of that one?
Torin just absolutely stomped that out. I really love the use of that double feature. Love to see the kids hit the handrail like that. Watching him launch it into the corral right now. Straight home, straight to his team members. That was epic.
He's coming out of the corral here, looking for the love from his teammates, and my goodness, he's getting a hug, it looks like maybe from Mom. He is just looking so stoked. That was an epic day, our last U12 ski boy of the day. What a day that was. And my goodness, we are out here, California sunshine. Alrighty, thank you for tuning into our live stream. My name is Rachel Shannon here with the IFSA. It was an epic day of finals for our U12 ski boys. What was your favorite thing out there, Frankie?
Honestly, it was just watching these kids absolutely stomp out these gnarly features, seeing them crush it, love the stoke, love the vibes. It was just perfect.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm going to hand it over to Focha here. Thank you.
I would like to say they were such a good announcers. Unbelievable. Thank these two beautiful girls here for being running the show. I guess you're going to be here a few days. We'll have more lessons. So what do we have for the next few days? Come on, can you tell us what is happening tomorrow?
Absolutely. So tomorrow we have our finals for our U15 and U19 snowboard ski and women. They already had their qualifying runs. We take about the top half of each division to compete in finals. That'll be going on tomorrow, as well as our patio party. So get ready to play some chess, get ready to do some cornhole, and we are keeping the vibe high in Freeride.
We are stoked, and then after that, Thursday, we're going to start our U15, U19 ski boys, and we're going to do this all over again. So everyone's stoked, everyone's happy. We're here all week, and we love it. Thank you, Kirkwise. Finals will be on Saturday for the U12, U15, U19 ski.
Okay, so thanks to Helly Hansen.
Shout out Helly Hansen, GoPro, BCA, Tahoe Freeride, the IFSA team, and of course Kirkwood Mountain for making all of this happen. We could not do it without our support, our sponsors, and our community. Thank you guys for everything. And here is Focha to wrap it up.
I can't believe this one is happening. Finan in there, he's doing such a great job. Everyone from the media team to everyone in the media team is doing such a great job. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you tomorrow again in IFSA YouTube. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks so much.
Freeride is freedom. An instinct. It is in all of us. Getting out of our comfort zone. To the limit, taking the risks we choose to take, fighting against our fears, and our actions. Freeride is a lifestyle, a deep connection that should never be let go. Americas, reaching from Alaska to Patagonia.